So you're not gonna put everybody up here.
Is it my job to do that?
Okay, I see what kind of negative you gonna be on up there. Cool.
This is crazy. I gotta do it all. This is nuts.
Oh, you got to do it all.
Just call me House Nigga Jordan.
We've called you worse.
That is a fact. I'm so happy that you acknowledge that.
Maybe the middle of next month.
Get some folks up here. Key Lee, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. That Android sounded real clear tonight. You better let them know.
I haven't had it with the slander.
No. I was saying, let them know that Android is popping. Like, let them know. Like,
listen, I literally just got bullied by my friends, and not Sam, but the rest of them was just bullying me really, really bad. So I don't know. Y'all might be team Apple and Android soon because I can't with the slander anymore.
You're passing collection plate to get my girl an iPhone. Y'all, please go and hit the jar.
I was gonna say, y'all, has this worked? Has the bullying work? Is you really about to get an iPhone now?
I mean,
first of all, no. Let's back up a little bit. We cannot be accused of bullying again. It took 2 days for us to get rid of bullying in sample size before.
Oh, wow! This is how we starting off tonight.
Okay. Bullying works. We didn't bully Key. We strongly suggested.
Oh boy!
No, we required get an iPhone. Yeah, it's a requirement at this point because
they said they're not gonna talk to me if I don't get an iPhone because they want to make a group chat.
They'll talk to you, Key. You know, it's New Yorkers.
Does the other Key have an iPhone or both of y'all? Lame?
Now we bullying over here because Key got us, using fucking fire emojis as the exclamation mark. Now it's crazy in the group chat, man.
Oh, so she ruining the group chat?
Yes, Legend. The other Key has an iPhone.
We love you, Key, but no, baby, no.
You serious? They got Red up here talking, baby. We got to get you a phone ASAP. We taking donations.
Yes, we are. Her tip jar is open because we're taking donations for the iPhone. And y'all know I don't be up here talking, but I had to just for you, Key. We need the iPhone.
Wow, it's real, y'all. If y'all love me and y'all want my friends to love me, tip jar is open.
Please tip her so we can
just get this debacle over with. But we love you, just not your phone. Right. We love you, but not your phone.
I tell you, I got enough money for the type of iPhone that you want to get. That's my contribution. So, like, if you want an iPhone 7,
I knew that was coming. I knew that shit was coming.
You want an 11? I got 11 for you. So whatever number iPhone you want, that's my donation. It's on you.
I want the iPhone 2025.
I'll take the 11 so I could be like the cool kids.
We on the 13 right now.
Cool kids. Yeah.
We on the 13, but the 11 is a good phone. The 11 is good. Like honestly, the 11 is good.
Let's stop lying to her. No, the hell it's not.
You need a 12.
Wait, I'm dead.
Please.
The 11 is the truth. Listen, the 12 is cool. Like the 11 for me, that was money for me. Like the 11 was like.
Then why did you get a new phone?
I never had
he's rich.
But I skipped the 12. I skipped the 12. So when the 13 dropped, the camera was so much better than the 11 that I upgraded to the 13. But it
sounds like rich nigga problems.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Did you not hear me say I skipped a generation? I had that phone for 2 years.
Sounds like rich nigga shit.
I went from 8 to 12. I don't buy
what Mark Zuckerberg wears.
I never had an 8.
George t-shirts. That nigga's shopping at Walmart. Let's be honest here.
And that man wears Hagar.
He really does.
Yeah. It's tough out here in these streets, man.
It's trying to take over the world.
Wow. Hey, Legend, man, that's a nice hat you got on, brother.
Oh, this whole thing? Oh.
Want to give us the details on that?
Don't kind of fly.
Did you see my new name? Did y'all see? Did you peep my new name?
Your name on the side there?
It's you see I'm AMM Legend because you know.
I can't hear you, Legend.
Somebody muted me. Oh shit. Give me things. So this thing I got in I don't know if you can see, but in the chat I have a new name and I would address me as such. You keep leaving off my first name. It's AMM Legend from this point on.
Oh my God.
I am working closely with the Whitaker Group in my mind. Yeah, so it is the dopest hat I've seen in quite a while, and I have to shout out my good sister. Yo, first of all, grievances time. I'm starting.
Wait a minute. How you
already?
We didn't even tell people thank you for coming to
No, because this no wait. First, you're right. Thank you. I like to thank my good. I didn't want to say her name because apparently I can't even say thank you on the timeline without niggas going, hey, can you hook me up? Hey, what'd you get? You get threes? You get the one? Nigga, let me just say thank you.
Influencer life.
Hey, listen, I don't know how you do it, Kari, because I'm just trying to say thank you for my sister going out of the way to hit me up. Was like, yo, I make some calls, whoop-de-whoop, let me know. And I'm like, I mean, like, it's so much so that my sister was like, yo, just show them what you got. Like, it's just one of them things. But yes, Phaedra, thank you so very much for finding this for me. I love it. I feel extra sexy today. What are we waiting on?
Did you play Too Sexy?
Actually, I played Forever I Love Atlanta as I opened the box because I knew exactly what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, and then once we hang up, I'll be playing Welcome to the Georgia Dome, Welcome to Atlanta remix. But
you gotta play P.D. Pablo, man. Phaedra's in the Carolinas, my G.
Right, I get that, but right here, like.
But for the hat, though, yeah.
For the hat,
nigga,
right.
You living for that? Why are you
play that 28-3 as well?
Whoa.
So
wow.
So okay, hold on.
Wow.
See,
y'all see Nate's face? Like, whoa.
This is why we don't give certain people mics. But let me explain something to you. If you were still the same person you were at 28-3 now, I feel sorry for you. I've grown. It hurt. But guess what? I'm stronger now.
Like it don't hurt.
No, it actually doesn't at this point.
That shit stings y'all niggas. Y'all
that shit don't still hurt. Why are you lying?
No,
lying like hell.
No, let me tell you why it doesn't.
Why would it hurt?
Wait, hold on.
Nigga, nobody cares about the Braves.
We
done. We out of that. Nobody cares about the Braves.
But even if you, first of all, don't talk about my hat like that. Second of all, it's one of those things. It's like I look at it like people.
It's not the Falcons, thank God.
Well, first of all, we're not gonna do this tonight.
Nobody wears Falcons fitteds.
Whoa!
Thank God.
See, you know what we're not.
See, he got James Harden. He don't know how to act. But
this is not gonna happen. We supposed to be here talking about Nike and sneakers, and y'all want to turn this into a Falcon bashing session.
I got him, sis. I got him.
I really want to know: has anybody outside of the Georgia Dome or whatever the Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Have you ever seen anyone wear a Falcons fitted?
Hold on, no. Let's go back to the original point. Hold on, wait. The original point was 28-3. Jordan, are you still upset when you see Kawhi Leonard take a 3-point shot? Because that's what Indy does.
It still stings. What the hell are you talking about?
It doesn't sting us anymore. Let me tell you why. We were happy to be there. Let me tell you something. We didn't expect that.
That's some loser shit. We were happy to be there.
Yes, the fuck we were.
Exactly. Like, what y'all expect? Y'all want a parade too for losing? Nigga, we stopped watching the Super Bowl because y'all were up so much, and then oh shit, y'all are about to lose.
Every Falcons fan that you know.
We as Falcons fans understand we need to watch this to the very last second. Y'all fault. You don't understand.
Y'all were new here.
As an Eagles fan, I do understand.
Every Falcons fan said, "Nah, not yet." All of us.
No, I said it. I called that like third quarter. Like if we do not score more than 28 points, we lost this game. When I saw we were not getting more than 28 points, it was a wrap. Like
I just want to say thank you guys. It was beautiful.
Nita. Go back on mute. Thanks.
Let me remove her. She didn't pay her booth rent.
She didn't pay her booth rent. This nigga. Sound like a barber. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, legend, I got called an uppity negress the other day because I was trying to help collect some money.
I believe it though. So like,
sure did.
Ari got called a COON.
When was this?
I definitely got called a coon.
Wait. First of all,
we not recording tonight. Yeah,
He's sure. Nah, we still can't say it. I bet you they be listening, trying to get niggas on that.
First of all, welcome to Sample Size.
Who got called a coon for what? What y'all do?
I did. I got called a coon.
He doesn't want low income housing next to his house.
That's not and an Uncle Tom, which is not the actual proper term to use, but whatever.
Correct. Never mind. That's correct.
I could use some projects next to my crib. Like,
oh my God, you live
a different kind of life,
Exactly. I really feel like Nate really does sell drugs. Like Nate is the fact that they talk about. Like at some point, the joke is real life. Like you know how people joke through pain. Nate's really telling us he deals drugs, and that nigga is dead ass. Look at him. Look at his face right
Nate does not deal drugs.
I'm gonna start calling Nate Frank Lucas Jr.
Right.
Listen, man, I manage projects. Okay, that's what I do, man. I manage projects.
There you go.
He manages projects and makes sure that projects get projected. That was terrible, but we're gonna move on. Wow. That was trash. Wow. Damn,
okay.
that was. I need to go back to the booth and write some shit. That was
all
bad.
right.
Fuck.
That was horrible.
Oh, good.
I kept saying that, Sam. I didn't need that echo.
Look, Sam is live tonight. I don't have to work.
Sam,
There's no headset.
Oh shit.
So let's go.
You don't have to.
You're not working tonight?
Oh, wow.
I'm working tonight.
Wow.
Sam,
Okay.
are you Tommy? Did you lose your job?
No.
I'm totally joking around. I'm totally fucking around. I'm totally
It's
fucking
called
around.
a day off.
You actually have those? Because I've never seen you without a headset on.
Yeah. Yes. I am off today. I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back at job number 2 on Saturday and back to job number 1 on Thursday.
I thought you were going to say job number 3. I was about to say, hey, yo,
Y'all was
let me
concerned
brought
for
by.
Yeah. I'm concerned for a second. How many jobs you got, Sam?
I got 2.
Sam, I got 2 jobs too.
See, there you go. Besides, my other stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, you keep flexing expensive ass sneakers and saying,
I
I don't have regular sneakers.
I have
Excuse
no
us.
idea.
Sam, you got OnlyFans.
No.
The way you said it, not to mention my other stuff.
I mean, and she did. I'm supporting my sis.
Right. I'm not gonna watch. I mean, look, you subscribe and don't look. I'm trying to.
You just support. You just support. You know, you give them your money, but you don't.
But you don't. Yeah.
Right.
I have an OnlyFans.
It's just the way you said it, sis. You was like, and my other stuff, over there.
Spicy at OnlyFans.com. Nigga,
I
what
mean,
you expecting?
I think I have a pretty good body for a 4-year-old.
Hey.
I'm 40.
Talk heavy.
Okay.
Talk your shit, sis.
I love y'all, yo. Y'all the best.
Where anything is said.
Anything.
The jars are open.
The tip
Facts.
is open.
They legit are. It's right there on my profile. Jeez.
Just eat at me.
Phil. Man, thank you. Did I tell them thank you? Thank you for joining Sample Size tonight, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us this evening. As you can see, anything goes in Sample Size because we started off with the violence this evening. However, we got a good one for y'all tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I want to see where the dialogue goes. If you would like to contribute to any of the conversation tonight, feel free to grab a mic. Come on up. We'd love to hear from you. Two things that I want to get into. Huh?
I'm about to say, don't call Beetlejuice name because I talked to him the other day and he on one. And I'm
Beetlejuice got a hand up already.
Yeah, no, we're not doing this. Not with Beetlejuice, not tonight. No. Mm-mm.
Did I share?
Beetlejuice, we're gonna let you get your shit off, bro.
We are.
We got you, man.
We gotta set the tone. So we're gonna talk about what we're talking about tonight. So tonight we got 2 topics that we want to get into. First one, definitely want to get you guys' opinions on this Black History Month triple black Air Force One collection that dropped. If y'all don't know, Nike basically gave us 3 customizable black Air Force Ones for Black History Month and said, "Here, niggas, take it. That's what y'all get." So that's what we got. And some merch or something like that. I don't know. So I want to see what y'all think about that. I wanted to really talk about what the hell Nike has been doing with what I feel is the decline of the Black History Month collection from Nike / Jordan brand over the years. It feels like the golden era is gone. Second thing that I want to talk about tonight as well is there has been some buzz on the timeline about opening up a new community. And the cat is out of the bag. I won't say too much right now, but community access has been granted to me from Twitter. Shout out to Twitter, always continuing the good work that we're doing with our partners over at Twitter. So love to them. And so I've been given approval and access to start a community. So the question of the night, and I want to really open this up to the community. Do we open it? If we do, what does it look like? How does it feel for people? What do they want out of a community that they may or may not feel like they are currently getting because we name names here in soul food? So that's really where the conversation is going to be. We open up a new sneaker community, what we want that thing to look like. But let's jump over to Nike first. I shared some tweets up at the time. No way, I'm sorry. Let's not get into this first. Airing of grievances. We got to start with the airing of grievances. So Beetlejuice, do you have anything to kick us off with, sir?
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? First off, as I always started off,
Legend, I hate you, brother. But that is from a place of love. I think I don't know if I said Takari or if I added Legend. I couldn't remember who I did, but I know I have been on record in sample size to say that those Jordan Brotherhoods are trash. I saw a pair in hand.
Nope, you better not. You better not.
They're growing on me.
They growing on me,
Hey.
bro.
Here we go. It's about that time.
Hey, be the Jews. No,
Look,
you better not, bro.
God, bro.
You talk almost as bad about those shoes than one of my co-hosts talked about another shoe. And I'm gonna leave it there.
They make
I have
sneakers.
to.
Don't bring me into this. Beetlejuice, get your shit off, my nigga.
I have to say they are very nice in person, in hand, bro. And I'm gonna say in high pitch voice, I might be trying to get a pair. I don't know. I would not be wearing any Omega Sapphire paraphernalia with it. I'll say that. It's just that's just disrespectful. But you know, of course, you take my mic away after this. But does Nike care about the Black History Month? No, it does not. Because if they did, someone at that table when they brought up the concept of we're going to pay tribute to Michael Jordan's fraternity, his college fraternity, someone should have said, "Hey, do these colors match?" No, they don't. Then how the fuck are you going to pay tribute to something when it doesn't even truly reflect it? But so, in my
Jordan
opinion,
okayed it, Beetlejuice.
huh?
Hey, Jordan okayed it. He okayed every single thing that goes out. So,
Look, Kari can attest to this. You got some brothers that are so high and disconnected from the organization. You know what I mean? Even though they are members, correct, but they don't speak for the frat. You know what I mean? But that's another story for another day about another conversation. But again, I saw him in hand, I saw him in person, and even though yes, I trashed the shit out of him, I might be going for a pair. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, brotherhoods are growing on people. This is interesting. I had a feeling. So we gonna.
Nah, I'm not with it. I'm sorry to bother you, but no, I'm not with it. After Jordan sent me the pic, sorry guys. Good night. Good night, everybody. Wagwan, Lee. Yes, thank you, baby. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm sorry. As much as the brotherhoods are nice, I'm not with it. I just can't do it. That it's a disrespect, number one, and number two, can't do the colors because it'd be so hard to pull off. And does Nike care about Black History Month? Hell no, because every year it just gets so plain, and it's like they just put us to the side. Like I seen the post. I seen the post that you put up. Sorry, stop me, like guys. I seen the post. I seen the post that you guys put up, and pretty much, you know, like the panels with the Black History Month for the Nike ball thing, that was tough. But now it's just like they're trying to cater to everybody now, like cater to every single generation, and it's just so plain, like movement. Like, come on now, this shit ain't no movement. We've been demoralized, scrutinized, tortured, every single thing in the book, and you guys are coming about some movement. Nah, man, Nike's whack. So.
Sheesh. Okay, y'all starting off with a little bit of violence tonight. I like it. Actually, I'm not bad.
May I go first? Second, third?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
While Beat the Juice still has his microphone, Mr. Juice, you better not. This isn't one of those situations where you can go backwards because you went hard in the paint. And wow, at first I wasn't a fan. I said I'm gonna shut up about him just because I don't know. You basically said I wouldn't wipe my ass with that shoe. It's kind of what you said. It's recorded. We can go check it out.
That's exactly what I said.
And I, being a what I like to call social media cousin, telling you now, when you post that fit pic, I'm the first comment. Because you got to know, I'm going to remind you of every comment that you made in sample size about how the colors was wrong, how he don't represent the frat, I'm going to spell out brotherhood. You know how people be like first on like a celebrity's post? I'm going to spell out brotherhood. You know, friends are essential to the all of that. All of that is going to be on your post because I want you to remember what you bought.
This man pulled out the friendship is essential.
You know,
I'm doing all of these things because I love you, bro.
I you know what, and like John Morant said, I climb up chimneys. I want all the smoke. So, you know, if I can dish it out, bro, I gotta receive it. So, you know what I mean? I accept that. You know what I mean? But I would say this: if I don't win on sneakers or a raffle, I'm not gonna go crazy for them. Like, it's cool. I don't need them in my connection. But again, just seeing them in hand, I was like, oh my God, okay, wait, I'm gonna have to reconsider this. And
it changed a lot. I feel you. But as far as Black History Month, I got a couple questions, and I know Kari knows people in the room because it's Kari. It's the 15th. Why are we just hearing about Black History Month shoes?
It's a great question. And
because they didn't have anything planned. They heard niggas was mad, so they said, "Oh, let's just get some Air Force Ones made up real quick." Oh, let me guess, black one for black people. Holy shit! Who would have ever thought that would match? And then, you know, let's put some kente cloth under it when it scratches off. Holy shit! We hit our black stigma. We're good now. Here, nigga, damn.
But remember,
that's what happened.
Remember, first of all, here, nigga, damn is hilarious.
The quality is gonna be ass.
But remember when we said the other day, when are we going to deal with Nike playing in our faces? Because no matter what we do and how much we get pissed off, a week later, NBA All-Star Weekend, we're gonna be buying their stuff. So, did it really matter if they gave it to us or not?
I would have rather them not give us anything and just leave it at that than to play in our face. I'll keep it that way.
You know what's really fucked up about it? Those are Nike by use. You ain't gonna get them shits till March, April anyway.
Right.
You can order in Black History Month. The motherfuckers are gonna be at your door for a minute though. That's the fucked up part. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of fuck with that reflective pair. I ain't gonna fall hello. But yeah, that shit's fucked up. And I wanna air a little grievance, man. Because these niggas raised the price on Versus from free to Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child for money. Right. And I'm just trying to figure out who the fuck these niggas think they are. What is that? I'm about to watch these niggas on my phone for money. I make my own motherfucking Verses off of Apple Music for this shit, nigga. What the fuck I look like, man? Preach. That's it, man. I just want to air that out. That's some bullshit. Niggas Black History Month too.
I mean, if we're keeping it up
Instagram, because I think Timberland and Swiss Beats both was like, wait, what? No, we ain't say that. So you can watch it on Instagram. You just can't.
I don't know why y'all want to watch Anthony Hamilton get his ass beat. I don't know why y'all want to.
Calm down.
Like that Valentine's Day massacre that's about to happen in 40 minutes. That shit's about to get lethal.
Who was next with the hands? Because I ain't nobody finna even listen.
You know who's about to get hands? You know who's about to get hands?
It looks like
Anthony Hamilton from Music Soul Child's music.
Was it Dino? No, come on off mute, baby, because we ain't done with Jordan. Come on off mute.
What's up, y'all?
Dino, what's up? Dino, what's up? You about to disrespect me again this week, nigga?
Man, fuck you, Jordan.
Fuck you, nigga. Nigga, wrong with y'all?
Wow, that was like
that was right there. I respect that. That really came from his chest. That was great.
I'm 10 toes about everything. You my man's, but fuck you.
Oh my God.
No, I ain't got no grievances. I'm just come here to say, Detroit won the Super Bowl. Fuck you, Nate, before you get on here and say something. And you too, Nita. Detroit won the Super Bowl by proxy. Wow. That's all I had to say. I'm excited.
Wait, hold on.
you confused.
Wait, you said you mean Eminem? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's the only Detroit.
Apparently, they don't claim him. They let him rock.
So
Detroit is so lit.
But they keep Matthew Stafford. Is that what?
Yeah, we just happy our boy Matt went on and got him.
They switched one white boy for another white boy.
No, Eminem ain't never really got claimed by niggas in the city, man. They just let it rock outside the city because
Detroit don't claim Eminem. Y'all niggas got Ford and Eminem. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all are losing shit left and right. Y'all lost Matt Stafford. He never really fucked with y'all anyway. Y'all niggas lost Megatron. I talked to him in person one day when he came to Annie Ann's in the mall. That nigga wasn't happy there either. I'll post it.
Because
That's my
the
nigga.
Ford are terrible people and they don't know how to run organizations. Yes, I'll agree. We know.
So why don't y'all claim arguably the best white rapper? In fact, the best white rapper in history of niggadom.
Why don't we claim Eminem? Because
Yes.
he's from here. Oh my God.
Where's he from?
Right. Where's he from?
I think
He's
he's
from
from
Warren,
Missouri.
Michigan. Warren is a suburb of the actual city. Like, that'll be saying wherever you from.
I knew this was
Jordan.
coming. I fucking hate all of you. I knew
Now,
that was
now,
coming.
y'all look at Jordan.
That's
Jordan
the
said-
problem in Atlanta.
Jordan
Gotta stop
said,
claiming
chill
it.
with the jokes.
Getting
Jordan-
so
Jordan-
old.
Jordan told y'all to chill with the Pennsylvania
That
jokes.
shit is getting old, man.
He said it on the timeline.
Because I'm a for real do some research and every motherfucker that's in here, and if y'all ain't from the city you claim, I'm lighting your ass up. Every single person.
Newport News, Virginia.
Listen, if y'all are from the city you're from, why y'all? Oh yeah, nigga, I ain't from Philly. What the fuck? I've said this multiple times. How many? Listen, do we need to get hearing aids for sample size?
Jordan, you've been drinking. What's wrong with you? You good?
Nah, I got pre-workout in my system. I never go to the gym at night, and I just got here, so I'm fucking.
Okay, you kind of wild tonight. I thought you changed and the peace and all of that. Like you doing a lot of rah-rah right now, my guy.
I changed on Manier, however you say that shit, because them niggas was getting mad. Just about jokes. I love them. I think they're a great company. I think they make great chapped ass sneakers, and life is good.
What kind of passive aggressive statement was that?
Right.
Phaedra, what's wrong with Newport News, Phaedra? Because I'm sick of your little comment. I can see the chat, Phaedra. What's wrong with Newport News? Like, I mean, what we doing tonight? Okay, I'll wait.
It's not Virginia Beach.
No, nigga. It's not Virginia Beach. That's Pharrell and them niggas.
Oh, Phaedra's requesting a mic. Let's switch a couple things around real quick. Phaedra's
I just feel like if we talking about where people not from, then everybody who always want to go to rappers in Atlanta, y'all got to stop putting Gucci in Atlanta. It's a lot of stuff that y'all got to stop doing if we're not going to go to where people are originally from.
Y'all chose violence tonight. Okay, cool.
Can y'all leave me alone? God damn.
As if hold on, let's just start it with the violence. What you mean?
All I want to know is why Jay said Eminem isn't even the best Eminem. The candy goes way harder than his whole catalog.
Yo, what?
I hate you.
Wow. What? Y'all need a nap. It's gonna be a short night because y'all on some shit.
This is wild.
I had a nap today, actually, so let's do it.
That's why you smiling so big. You lit.
All right, I'm zenned out. Everybody get y'all shit off. I'm gonna be quiet for the rest of the night.
There you go. Hey, so real quick on the Nike thing. So I realized something. This is not Black History. This is not for Black History Month. I'm looking at the website right now. So just FYI, this is not like an official Black History Month. This is literally just for future movement. This is celebrate the future movement, the FM and Air Force One that delivers style with story inspired by Black innovators. So if y'all don't know what future movement is, it's a podcast that is a video, basically podcast that they did on the Nike channel. They did like 5 episodes of it. And it was by Black athletes for Black athletes. And basically they merged out the podcast because I'm looking at the insole of the shoe. The insole of the shoe says future movement. And that's also the name of the show. Every Black History Month drop has the official BHM branding on the shoe or on the insole. This is not a BHM collection with Nike. Nike didn't do anything for Black History Month this year at all.
So are we?
They dropped this during Black History Month.
So how are we? Go ahead.
You know what?
I was just gonna jump in and say it's just convenient that they would release the future movement in Black History Month when they didn't actually have a BHM shoe. Yep. They could have waited until March 1st to do that.
No,
so that's cool that it has a different branding on it, but we can't say that the coincidence is not there.
No, it's a huge coincidence. I think it makes it even more lazy, if you want my opinion, because all they did was check the box. That's it. Like, they're like, okay, well, here's something for niggas. We weren't planning on doing anything for black people anyway, but take that. And y'all are black, and these people are black, so y'all black, y'all like each other, right? So go on by that.
First of all,
they didn't drop any actual BHM product this year. I just realized that.
So what happened to like the basketball players having a Black History Month sneaker? Like, do they hold any weight in not designing or having a colorway? Because LeBron has a new colorway every other day. He couldn't be like Nike hooked something up like.
Maybe this is what Ines Cantor was talking about, nigga. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what Freedom was talking about, nigga. Oh my God, you never know, man.
I don't think they're.
He was past woke.
Enes Kanter is past the NBA. Them niggas, he's done. You will never see his name again. They're about to pick his ass up and take him across the
And they extradite that nigga expedition.
Exactly. He should probably go in hiding because he's finito.
Wow.
But the league, I mean, not the league, Nike really doesn't care about like player sneakers anymore, if we're keeping it a buck. Like they used to have awesome colorways. Like Black History Month used to be freaking amazing for players, but now it's not even done. Like even PEs are really not that great unless it's Kobe PEs and somebody's pulling it out the top. That's about it.
Facts. That's facts. Kobe 6 Black History Month. A gem right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is, I don't know, man. This is kind of like, I don't know. This is wild. Like, I'm looking at this right now and I'm just realizing, like, damn, I don't know, like, why it feels like such a slap in the face at this point. But, like,
does it really, though?
I mean, it does. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like they snuck it in there. Like, they snuck it in, like, real slick. And I think that's what I don't like about it, because they just let everybody rock, like, when it came out. I think Footwear News put it out there first that they were doing this for Black History Month. But, nah, like, that's really not what it was. But this is the second year in a row, like, we didn't get shit. And I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It bothers me. Like, I put a tweet out there about it, and I was like, I mean, obviously, we're not going to stop buying Nike product. So what do we do? Like, what do we do when there's a brand like this that's doing some shit like this that's blatantly like, yo, we don't give a fuck. We'd rather give our money, we'd rather give $1 billion to NFTs, to imaginary things that don't even exist, than to give anything to Black people that are literally some of our largest consumers, you know, in this space. Like, what do we do?
What if Nike is saying, oh, well, we gave you Black stories with the Whitner Group's Jordan, so we don't have to do anything else. We fed that niche to say, hey, we love Black people. Look what we did on the 3. We love the 3. Look at the 1. We gave y'all the 1 because it's co-branded. Possibly that's their thought pattern.
That ain't I think it's important that you all note too that Nike has lawsuits against them already for discrimination. Like, that's why I don't know if any of you have ever been to Detroit, Michigan. There's a Nike store in downtown Detroit, in the middle of downtown Detroit. They didn't choose that space by happenstance. They had to do that due to the lawsuits they have, like, pending against them. They have lots of things like that going against them. And obviously, like, this is like, they're trying to do like a year-round brand thing versus just doing something for 1 month where they can make more profit off of it as well. Also, I wanted to note that Monique has had her hand up for like a long time.
No, yeah. Let's bring Monique up too. That's the homie. Let's bring Monique up. So to me, right, if they've had these lawsuits against them for discrimination, would that not make it an even better time to drop something specifically for Black History Month?
No, yeah, I agree with you, but I'm saying that, you know, with everything that everyone is saying, like, this, like, you should not be surprised, because of this. This is one of the things. They're only doing those types of things because they have those lawsuits, and as a result of those lawsuits, they have to do these things for building up urban communities because they take advantage of and profit off of it so much.
Interesting. Okay. So let me ask you this personally. How do you personally feel about not getting any Black History Month product for the last 2 years?
I don't think lawsuits
I don't know. So with Nike specifically, because they've made so much money off of the Black community, I don't think there should be a special Black History Month thing. I do feel and believe there should be something year-round that they're doing. It shouldn't be sectioned off to just February. I love the fact that we have Black History Month. Don't get me wrong. However, because they've made so much money off of our community, I think there needs to be something year-round for us. Not on some Black supremacist crazy mess or nothing like that, but dude, we know where the bulk of your bread is coming from. And I don't think it would be a crazy thing to do. Like, there should be freaking tennis courts all throughout, like, even any urban neighborhood with Serena Space plastered on them, just done by Nike, my opinion.
So why can't we have it all?
Yes.
That's my question for you.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you. Why can't we have it all? It shouldn't just be 1 month. We should get all the things and all the stuff.
We should get both.
Why can't we have it all?
And on collaboration.
Yeah, that's my question. Like, why can't we have Black History Month and everything else together? Like, why are we separating that?
We had that when we had the Fearless collaboration with a whole bunch of Black folks that made shoes for them. Like, we can have both. It ain't no why it's got to be one or the other. Like,
I agree.
Black fucking History Month, nigga. Like, it's Black people brand the way that it is. It's the black ball players right now that's keeping your brand the way that it is. It's that nigga that jumped from the free throw line in the dunk contest that got your shit the way that it is. So you need to give us something for that motherfucking shit. Don't give us no. Hey, look, I love what they're doing, especially with the Whitner group and shit. That's awesome. I love it. But don't stop the rest of the other shit just because a Lele May get a shoe. That's some bullshit.
Like, what Jordan was supposed to, he said he was going to sign with Adidas or something instead up front, but Nike just offered him more money. Isn't that like the thing? Nike, go ahead.
I thought his mother was an integral part of why he made his decision.
It was mother. Yeah, it wasn't the money. His mother.
Because Adidas was going to pay them more. Yeah.
Yeah. His mom told him to go with Nike.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you literally are. Yeah, you've done some great things and da-da-da, but, bro, your entire brand is made off of this man's back in so many words, and then just perpetuated thereafter.
Okay, I want to make sure I follow you here. So you're saying that Nike, the brand, is perpetuated off of Jordan's brand, correct?
For me, born in '85, like, that's when Nike became, like, super duper big.
Sure.
For kids like me, like, after Jordan came out, like, that freaking check, bro, like, that was huge.
Agreed. No, yeah, I'm with you. So because of that, and because a Black man really elevated the brand to what they became, right? Because Nike, honestly, I mean, for those who know, when Jordan got signed, Nike was, down kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? So people were surprised they kind of bet the farm on Jordan. So because of that, right, like, I think to Nate's point, he's like, listen, this is somebody that really elevates your brand. Yes, he has his own brand, but it's like now we can't even have something that celebrates people who look like him, right? Including him, people who look like us, people who have continued to elevate your brand. The Serena Williams, the LeBron James, the Kobe Bryants, all these different people, all Black people, all who have elevated your brand. But yet we get less and less and less of the product that is especially for the people who look like the people that elevated your brand. And I think what you're saying is, well, they can celebrate all year long. They don't have to give us a product. They could be doing other things within communities and not giving us product. Is that what I hear you saying?
No, not at all. I'm saying the same thing. I think it was it Keely that I think said it. I'm sorry if I mentioned the wrong person, but we can have both. You literally have the bread to sell.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I agree with Keith's point too. Yeah, and so I just want to make sure that we all on the same page. But yeah, no, for sure.
1,000%.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. No, I appreciate that for real. That's fast. Yeah, Monique got her hand up. What's up?
Good evening. So I hope you can hear me okay. Everything is a little loud around me.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. So no, Nike does not care about Black History Month or Black people. Like, I'll go that far to say so. And
speak on it.
I think that, like, one of the things for me is I mean, huge shout out, of course, to Jerlisa, who I don't think is in the space this evening. But sneaker hunting on the Caffeine app, she is doing her fucking thing. And a couple of times I've been able to catch it. And she was doing a specific episode looking for a sneaker that I believe was in tribute or honor of Dia de los Muertos, and it was remarkably done. Like, there was thought put into every stitch, it seemed, and the box even was just gorgeous. And then I think to find out that even if it's not Black History Month specific, like all Black Air Forces, really, like, not much of it I think is customizable. Like, it just really does feel like a shitty thing. It feels like a slap in the face that we don't get that kind of consideration as maybe anybody else would. And given how just incredible and rich and deep, like, Black culture is, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for it. It's laziness and it's bullshit. And since I absolutely have no intention of ever working with any brands because I refuse to censor myself to play nice, they can eat a dick. Like, the whole thing, they can eat a dick. That's it.
None of it.
So, I mean, it all goes back down to the question. The big question is, like, now what? Because this morning I was talking to my partner and I was like, I don't think I want to give Nike my money this year. And then a nigga won a raffle and I didn't even have a choice. So, like, what do we do? Like, how do we proceed? Like, what is the best course of action?
Hey, Monique.
So here's the deal. Go ahead.
It's funny that you say that because I was thinking about Pride Month. And I know for a fact Pride Month is going to have a package put out for that community. I've got a pair of them, so everybody can buy it, of course. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they always put thought into it. The last couple ones have been a little bit lazy, but I always feel like they put a lot of thought into the sneakers that come out for Pride Month, a lot more than they put thought into sneakers for Black History Month. And it's something that I've noticed over the past few years. They make a point to say, hey, we're about to drop these, get ready. And they become exclusive and they become something that you really go after time and time again. But when you look at our stuff, it's like, get them niggas something. They'll still buy stuff no matter what.
They got it. Mm-hmm.
I think it's really frustrating that, like, yes, you know, for Pride Month, they have, like, really great sneakers mostly. But it really only feels like we hear from that community, LGBTQ trans folk especially, when it is at the benefit of Nike. So it's only during like Trans Visibility Day. It's only during Pride Month, and that's also bullshit. That's
interesting.
That's it.
Because they forget there's intersections that happen with that. Like, you can be down for Pride Month and still be down for Black history as well. Like, there are Black trans and Black homosexual and Black lesbian, et cetera, as well. That people can be both. And that's the thing that's weird about it.
And I want to, and I'm not gonna put her on the spot right now. I can see her wheels are kind of turning, but as a member of the community, you know, I'm interested. You know, Key, like, do you feel like that's the case? Do you feel like people in the community are not amplified really outside of Pride Month? You don't have to answer that right now, but you know that's.
No, I'm answering.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. What do you think?
So, yes, I would agree. I think that they do put a little bit more. Well, I know that they put more thought into Pride Month sneakers, but I've also been around people that think it's bullshit from Nike. They're just like, they're just basically preying on people that are in the LGBTQIA plus community. So it's people that feel that way about it too. So it's like, but I will say Nike, as far as, you know, Pride Month went, they have been doing it longer than a lot of other brands. So yeah, it's yeah.
I'm gonna say this. So let me give a couple of thoughts here. Let me back up just a little bit. So what Monique was saying, first of all, salute to you, sis, because you said that with your whole chest. That's number one. I'm not mad at that at all. I know I'm not on a lot of seating lists either because of some of the things I've said, so I'm okay with that. But you know what I'll say is, as far as like supporting the brand, you know, like when you win a raffle, and y'all, you know, let me know if y'all, you know, feel the same way or not. But when you win a raffle, at that point, like Nike's already made their money, right? Like you're not really boycotting Nike at that point because Nike wholesaled those sneakers to whatever store you won the raffle from. So you're hurting the store, but you're really not hurting Nike because Nike still made their bread, right? Unless you buy it through Nike Direct, sneakers, or the Nike store, you know, you're not really hurting Nike at that point. Like they already made their money off the top, you know. Like the store is going to go out of business way Nike will. And then it's like, well, are we running all of the community stores and the boutiques out of business because we're boycotting Nike, right? So I don't know. It's tough. Now, what I will also say is, and this is the thing we also have to remember. Nike has done a hell of a job getting us emotionally invested in that company. Nike is a corporation with no soul inside of it, right? Like we got to remember that, right? Like people say Nike is a marketing company that happens to sell shoes and athletic apparel, and I believe that, right? Like at the end of the day, this company is here to cater to whatever brings in the dollars, whatever that is. Whatever's profitable, they're going to feed that. And whatever's not profitable, they're going to abandon that. And then they're going to do the analysis every quarter to see what's working and what's not working. Funny that you mentioned those dunks, because I was looking at the latest quarterly report. I'm going to bring it back up real quick. So latest quarterly report, this is from the end of their last quarter. Footwear was up in North America by 14%. You want to know where footwear was down by 10%? Where they were struggling? Latin America. Nike is struggling in Latin America. Nike is struggling in China. And so what we've seen is Nike putting more emphasis on China, doing more things over there. We've seen Nike paying more attention to the Latin American community. Like whatever's not working, that's where Nike seems to be putting more effort into growing that thing, which is natural because they're a corporation. That's what you do when you're a corporation, right? When you're trying to maximize your profits, you feed the thing that's not profitable. But if something is already riding the gravy train, you don't fix what's broke. You don't put your money towards that. And at the end of the day, North America, where we are, is good. They're up right now. So, fuck it. Why would we put money in my collection when this is going to buy everything anyway? We got this coming out. It's Black History Month every week because all the black people are coming out and buying everything. We don't need any more of their black dollars. We got them all. We don't need any more. We need Latin American dollars. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Anyway.
But I think that and not to necessarily take it away from the emotional standpoint, but even All-Star, we used to get All-Star shoes. We don't have All-Star shoes this year. So at this point, it's really starting to look like, oh, well, we was taking our time to produce all of this extra shit for y'all. For what? For y'all to buy just like y'all gonna buy everything else. But now that we know that y'all gonna buy even the extra bullshit, we gonna stop taking our time and putting actual effort and energy to these specialty shoes because y'all gonna buy whatever we put out, even if it is garbage.
Just retro the stuff. We're getting big bangs. Big bangs back.
It kind of feels like I don't know today, but it's like the pandemic fucked it all up. Like it feels like that could be an excuse. Like, oh, we didn't have time to plan this. We were all at home. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't make sense because I didn't even notice we didn't get All-Star. Like we haven't had an All-Star lineup of nothing until Bree just said it. I didn't notice that. That's wild. Like, what the fuck are they doing over there? Giving them the farm?
Taking all the money that you're going to throw regardless of what they put out?
Listen, I think nothing but else. I haven't given Nike money in a long time. Okay? Probably 370 days.
Honestly, I think we just don't like the product that we got. I mean, those Puerto Rican Day Parade, what are those Air Maxes was tough. Like, I just think we just don't like the product. I mean, Nike always looking out for African American Black History Month. I mean, the Kobe's, you mentioned it earlier. I think we just took it for granted, and now we went back. I mean,
but when is the last time they released a good Black History Month sneaker?
Right.
It's been years, right? It's been years, right? In fact, the ones I can think of are the Equality LeBrons. Them shits quality.
That's what I'm saying. The Equality collection.
That's the last time we had a good shoe.
And I believe that was a LeBron 15, and we're on what? 17, 18 now? 19 now?
19 is now,
yeah. We just got the 18 low, so 19's in like a couple weeks probably. Yeah. So like, I mean, did we take it for granted, or they just stopped giving us sneakers? And I mean, like, and what are they looking for? Sorry, these thoughts are like jumbling up. Are they looking for us to be like, "Hey, massa, thank you"? No, nigga, give me my shoe. Like, damn, I'm serious. Like, how are we supposed to say thank you and we appreciate this? No, just give us our stuff that you've been doing and don't half-ass it. If you're gonna half-ass it, don't give it to us.
Hey, Jordan, can you take pre-workout every sample size? Because I love this shit.
Sorry, what? I'm dead serious.
No,
bro.
but I know you are, and that's the passion and the anger is real, because you're stating, I don't want to say the obvious, you're stating what needs to be said, because they're really like, you niggas are gonna buy it regardless. And if I don't have to do anything and you're still gonna buy it, why, just like you said, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to prove to them that we don't want it? Not buy it. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking buy it.
Like I can see your name, Amir. Yeah. I appreciate your point. I'm not trying to disregard your point. Those shoes were tough. Those Puerto Rican Day Parades were tough. My best friend's Puerto Rican. He loved those sneakers. Those aren't for me though. Those are for him.
Exactly. Like we can't equate. We talking apples and oranges when we talking Puerto Rican Day Parade, Air Maxes versus BHM.
And they didn't put a lot of effort into those. They were the silver bullets.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, this is the same company that put Betsy Ross Air Maxes out and then took them shits back when black people got pissed off.
Who the hell?
Like,
who greenlit
that? Exactly. So if we're keeping it a buck, they really don't give a fuck about black people. Because, I mean,
I wouldn't even necessarily say that it's black people, though. At this point, I don't think they give a damn about nobody, because at the end of the day, no, they're not going to put out this. Like, again, they didn't put out the All-Star, but then the everyday shoe that they're putting out, we're not getting no effort into none of this shit. They're going to keep giving us these cheap-ass materials, so they be like, you know what? We did too many of them. Let's give them one good shoe for a time.
So are we just going to stop buying? So is that's the solution?
We know that's never going to...
Fuck Nike. Let's just stop.
We know this.
We've been saying fuck Nike for a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's
show number one. I don't give a damn about me. My shoes, I'm a mom.
Bro, this is a toxic relationship, bro. It's fuck you, but I'm gonna keep buying you shit.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
So what's, I mean, what's the solution? If we just gonna complain, we're gonna keep going back.
The solution, in my opinion, is them actually putting people that can make change in seats in the boardroom that don't let this bullshit happen. You can't fill a quota to me to death and expect me to be happy, because that's what they're doing. They're just putting people there that are just going to say, okay, here you go. And then they just put out bullshit.
I mean, unless you're going to go cheat with another brand and hope that Nike realize, oh, wait, that one person left me and they want this shoe. But that's just never going to happen. So, again, you're just going to be here buying the same shoes.
We got Streetwear Jimmy's hand up. He reached out to me like 2 or 3 sample sizes ago. He wanted to speak, but it was late as fuck. We were probably on like 4 hours or some shit. But let's get Streetwear Jimmy up here.
What's good, bro? He got his hand up. Yeah, what's good?
Appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
I just wanted to say I would definitely like to see Nike bring Black creatives together to design a Black History Month shoe. All these other, colorways and stuff for all these other different things, they, like Monique said, they go all for them. But what about us? Like, it'd be nice to see Nike say, hey, reach out to the Black community and say, look, we want you guys to create, the Black History Month shoe for the year and see what y'all can do. I remember when the Flyknit Jordan Ones that came out like a long time ago, they had the colors are basically inspired by my home country, which is Africa. I'm African descent. You know, I'm from Ghana. So definitely just that shoe alone, it really inspired me that, hey, you know, Nike, if they really had the right people in place, they definitely could make a Black History Month shoe that everyone would embrace from the community.
I 100% agree. I don't understand why they don't take the low-hanging fruit of just, you don't have to necessarily give us a Black History Month shoe, but you could give us 4 or 5 Black designers to give us a shoe. Like, you don't even have to come up with the shit. You can just hire some fucking body to come up with the shit. Just like the Fearless collection. You could just do that during Black History Month with 4 or 5 Black designers. It can be a Jordan 1 mid. The shit gonna sell out. We already seen it happen before. I just don't understand why they won't do this shit. Like, that's the easiest fucking thing you could possibly do. Tell somebody else to design your shit and put it out to sell.
Because we got a Laylee. That's enough.
Agreed. It's just like the brand Fubu, for us, by us. So I wish, you know, hopefully in the future that could be something that could, you know, come to play. But, you know, I'm tired of just seeing just the basic, they just put a little logo on a shoe and then that's Black History Month celebration. But we got, you know, the Be True, you know, Air Max 1s, and we got the 720 Air Maxes with all the, you know, cool colors and stuff on it. But we don't get anything.
And I'm gonna tell you, you know, like we've seen a couple of really interesting things going on at Nike as well. Let's just keep it a buck because this is sample size, right? So number one, we've seen the mass exodus of some of the top designers that's been working at Nike anyway right now. So right now, honestly, Nike is lacking a lot of talent as well to really even be able to tell these stories and to execute on these sneakers. That's number one. Number two, we've also seen I forget who said his point earlier about the discrimination that's been faced at Nike. One of their top designers that I think told some of the best stories at Nike got fired. Frank Cook. Like, he was one of the best designers that they had working over there at Energy. And then they dissolved the entire Energy line, which I don't know why they did that, because Energy came out with some of the best Jordan brand product I'd ever seen before. But they got rid of they got rid of Energy and they got rid of Frank. So they're getting rid of some of their best storytellers that they have in-house right now.
But remember, Kari, that goes back to the conversation we had when Jaleesa was here about having the right voices in the room, but also those voices being afraid to say something for this exact reason. So it's like, well, look, I can stand on and support my community, but now I'm jobless. And the community don't give a shit that I'm jobless because y'all like, oh, well, shit, if I would have did it. So there's a fine line because, like you said, Frank said what he needed to say, did what he wanted to do, but also was the dopest designer. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other in that particular instance, because if I'm in the room and I'm scared to speak, this is what we get: all black Air Force Ones with a fucking mirror on it.
Right. Touche. Who do we have? I see Key's hand and we got David's hand.
Yeah.
Y'all know who was first?
Yeah, it was Key first, then it was David, and I think, yeah, that's everybody, because Monique already went. So yeah, Key, then David.
Right, so, okay. My bad. Go ahead, Key.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about a shoe that's coming out that all the women are going crazy over, and it's the Denim Jordan One, and it has like the gold hoop earring, like with the, and then like in my head I'm just like, y'all could have. Sometimes I feel like they know that they can do certain things and they just don't do it. Like when I look at the gold hoop, I just think of like pure just blackness and girls with the name, you know, the hoops with the name hoops or whatever. And it's just like, y'all thought about that and y'all putting it on a whole fucking Denim Jordan One, which honestly, it doesn't even need to be there. Y'all could have made something, like y'all know the things that kind of represent like the black community. And I kind of felt like they could have did something with that. Like at least, and try to make it in a way where it's like we're celebrating blackness, you know? Like
Key, the way I look at it, and hear my craziness out. They knew that Black History Month is February. Everybody knew that. And for a year or so now, we've known that Dr. Dre was going to be at the Super Bowl, right? Dr. Dre was nothing but Air Force Ones, white Air Force Ones for the most part, except for the Super Bowl. perfect opportunity to say, hey, collab, Dr. Dre, some type of Air Force One, since we want to put out Air Force Ones anyway, and drop it on the sneakers app during the Super Bowl. Something just that small, but a collaboration with a major Black artist could pull something out of their ass. But when I just kind of look at it, it's lazy. And when I think of those bamboo earrings, now while we love them, I feel like white people go, oh yeah, that's what they like. We're gonna give them an earring.
That makes sense, but I'm with Key because when I first saw him, that was my first thought. Like, oh, this earring? Oh, because please believe, every Friday at work, y'all getting these big ass hoops to show y'all this black magic. Like, I don't care.
Right.
It was like a
every Friday, y'all getting these big ass earrings.
I took it as
racist. It was like a bamboo earring too.
Yeah.
Oh, it was serious.
Like it was really like when the Roxanne era. Yeah, when the New York old school.
Right.
Yes, exactly. I never even liked the shoe. Like when they like, oh, we're getting denim ones, I was like, whatever. When I saw that earring on it, oh, let me get that. I need that. And I'm gonna leave it on there for that reason.
I actually don't like it, but
y'all didn't take it as like racism slap in your face. No?
I honestly, when I saw it, I thought it was like
it depends on who was in the room.
Yeah, so that's
obviously we ain't got no allies in the room. Betsy Ross flag sneakers are getting passed through.
So you gotta look at there are designers, right? Like Kim. I know we've heard this name a lot, right? But Kim Jabby, if y'all follow her Instagram is like all eyes on Jabby or something like that. I forget what her name is, but she's a Black woman, proud Black woman, you know, and she works in color and design over at Jordan Brand. So she's been behind a lot of drops. Now, the other women that are on her team that really kind of work within that team, they're white. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's a minority in the room, but she definitely does have a stake in the design of some of these drops. I just wish that, to Key's point, that really was a perfect segue into something that could have been done for Black History Month.
Right.
They could have told cultural stories from across the country and used that bamboo earring to talk about hip hop culture in New York.
Yeah.
We totally could have. I wasn't trying to talk over anyone. I'm sorry.
No, you could. What's up?
No, I was gonna say, like, we could totally do those types of things, but someone else just said here a moment ago, like, we have people that are in the room, in the situation room, in the think tank, but they're afraid to speak up because they're the minority in the room. And when we think about and talk about things like that, I don't know how many of us are actually in corporate America. I can honestly say that I am. A lot of times when we're talking about stuff, whether it's something regarding people of color or not people of color, a bunch of the times, like, if I speak up and I say something, is everyone going to listen or not? Or I'm going to be like, yo, don't say anything. But when we're talking especially about design and sneakers, like the bamboo on the shoes and things of that nature, like, who's going to actually listen to that stuff? We're going to say, like, is that going to be something that's profitable or not? Even though that everything has been made on the backs of our people in terms of the folks who are actually buying all your stuff.
But what do you think about the fact that a Black woman is in the room and that is a part of the design team and is a part of the rollout for these products? I mean, it's, you know, like, there are Black people in the room.
Bro, I'm a VP at the #1 mortgage organization in the entire country, and I still have to code switch. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm a vice president at the #1 mortgage company in the entire country, and I still have to code switch.
Sir.
To my VPs, to my CEO, to my president.
Sir, that's a problem.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
no, but do you understand? I'm not trying to argue with you, but do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that
I agree with you.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, and I know that if I'm in that position, like in my lowly position of being here, I know that woman who is a Black woman has to be enduring the same things. No matter how ferocious, how dope, and how cool she is, she probably still has to make sure she plays the game.
Fair, right?
I agree, but it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Okay, well, to go back to Jordan's question, which I thought about, and he said you don't see that kind of racist. I think when I first saw it, my thought was, this is y'all hearing us saying, you can give us a women's size shoe all day, but men are gonna buy the shoe. This is clearly catered to both sides of the spectrum. Y'all aren't gonna do this right. I feel like that was some kind of gesture to say, all right, this is us saying, here you go. Similar to the gold hoops on the 6. Like, okay, so here's a little bit of woman to add to the shoe, but it's still kind of like a failed attempt because they're not gonna do anything but take the damn thing off. So it's kind of like, I looked at it more so on that end versus a race end. I felt like it was kind of like, okay, we're going to do something for the women, but it was still a failed attempt.
Not too womany.
Those hoops were terrible. Yeah, terrible.
That gold hoop, though, like when I saw the shoe, I was like, this is not for me. So, and Keith, shout out to Keith, this is not for me. So
good job.
I know, I'm trying, all right? Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. But like, when I saw it, I said, these are specifically for women, but who are you targeting?
Right.
That's where the racism aspect came into it, because who wears big gold hoop earrings? Like, what are y'all trying to tell us? What are y'all trying to tell us? That's the way I looked at it.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense.
Look, here's the deal, right? Women's Jordan, like, this is what I said a little while ago when it comes to women's, and I always tread lightly when it comes to women's sneakers and like women's exclusives and things like that, right? So we know like there's a lot of women's drops that happen, and unfortunately, there's a lot of things that get left on the shelf when women's drops go down. And I think that when it comes to women's exclusive drops, the reason why they're trying to make these more gender neutral and make them more appealing to a wider audience is to capture a lot of that money, because I think the brand still feels like men really still are spending the vast majority of the money, right? So they're like, well, we give women things, right? But when we give women things, they don't always sell out when they're just for women. Like when they're clearly and visibly, and it's very apparent that this is just for women, they don't sell as well. They don't sell through as well.
Because that's women wrong. That's why.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Not every woman wants to wear pink.
Thank you.
Like, pink is not for me. It's just not a color that I wear.
You know what's crazy? I honestly didn't know that until your ladies' feedback, your women feedback, however I should phrase that. I'm trying to be politically correct here and not offend anyone. But I had no idea y'all hated pink and polka dots and all that shit until y'all flat out said it. I had no clue.
But a lot of women don't. Like the shocking pink 14s did numbers.
Yeah.
Like there's people that like pink.
Right. I say all the time, I'm in that group of people. I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
I mean, all colors come in different shades. Light pink is just not going to be for somebody who I feel like is over 28 and above.
Has to be ultraviolet.
Right. Now, the shocking pink 14, yes, I feel like that's a much better pink for everyone to wear. Because that can be seen, to me, it just seems more adult-like than like a baby pink, which is probably clearly for a child. You know.
I feel the exact opposite. I feel like that bright pink is like, hey, look at me, I'm 7. I don't want shit that bright. Just give me a soft pink that I can put on and blend with everything else.
So boom, so that right there, right? What we just heard, that's the dilemma at the brand, right? How do you please both of y'all? How do you please
do
Sam
both?
And Bree?
Do both. You have the ability to do both.
I actually love pink. So pink is my favorite color, believe it or not. So I really don't mind it, but I do agree that they kind of be like ODing with it. Like they could use, like we like, like navy blues and, like more neutral colors and stuff like that too. So they have to find a way to try to, like you said, Curry, like they got to try to do it for all of us because, yeah.
Balance. You can't just give pink to Virgil when he made when she had those Jordan 6s.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're giving us this other, bright, shocking pink. There has to be some kind of in between.
Because color has no gender. Like we all saw Cameron and Kanye back in our heyday. Well, some of us. I'm sorry. 03.
Kanye and Kim was rocking pink like crazy.
Wait, when you hold on.
Everything, like, come on, bro. Like, it doesn't. Color is not a gender associated thing.
Kanye was trolling.
But hold on, but you say pink, like I'll throw on pink now before I put on other colors, just because I'm okay with it and I can dress.
Come on, bro. Like, how many salmon polos do you have right now?
I don't wear polos, but I know what you mean. But
you know, polo dress shirt. I'm sorry, salmon colored dress shirt, salmon colored polo, salmon colored whatever. I know somebody that got a tight ass salmon colored jacket that he wears. You understand what I'm saying?
Leave Chef out of this.
Where's Jay?
Yeah.
That means change. If you can hear me,
Where you at, man?
No, but pink. I mean, but the bottom line is Jordan Brand can do both. They can legit put out a shocking pink and a soft pink 14 the same damn day.
Facts.
Like, so you can appease both of them, and honestly, both of them will sell.
They will.
Well, exactly. Right? So we got to make sure that we're mixing in product that appeals to the most dollars. Again, y'all, it's about the dollars. How do we get the most money? And make people feel good at the same time, because we want everybody to feel included. But how do we get the money at the end of the day?
If you put out two products, you'll get more money. But let's see what David got to say, because I know that David always comes with the hot takes.
I think Kari's on point too. So I was going to say Kari's on point. Like, you have to understand at the same time, at the end of the day, it's an organization, it's a corporation, and they're publicly traded and they have a bottom line they need to take care of. So I agree. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
No, thanks. I like you. I'm a VP in a corporation. Well, I work in finance, so. Nike's always going to be looking at their bottom line, and I'm going to retract some words I said to Kari, because I just wore the Racer Blue 5 today, and I was like going to pass on them, and I'm like super hyped of those, but I felt like the Racer Blue 5s were just they changed out the white on the Moonlights for the Racer Blue color, and it just looked like it was sort of like they were just putting out the same thing, but with just a slightly different color on a Jordan 5. And like, I feel like they're just inundating the market with shoes every week. Even the Nike app right now is like upcoming drops. And they had some Jordan 1, I think they were women's Jordan 1s last week. Those things sold within like 2 minutes, and they were neutral colorways on the Nike app. And what Nike's doing is they're just flooding the American market, I feel, because all they're worried about is their bottom line.
Saturation, bro. I agree.
Yep. It's just getting out. It's just getting crazy. Like, I feel like everyone, when we were talking about dry January buying shoes, and like it seemed like everything was getting pushed back. You might say there were supply chain issues, whatever, but all of a sudden now you got Racer 5s, you got the Cardinal 3s, you got the Marina Blues tomorrow, you got the I think they're the Brotherhoods on the 24th, and then you got like the Playoff 12. Like, you have like 6 dope shoes that are coming out in probably a matter of 4 weeks.
Drop after drop.
And you know they're gonna sell out immediately. And especially like, Eminem wearing those fire red 3s, PEs, like I'm like, okay, those Cardinals are going to be near impossible probably to get, because people are going to try and be like, oh man, Eminem was wearing those right on the Super Bowl.
Everyone's going to want them.
I love Jordan 3s. Black Cement 3s in 2018 were what got me back in sneakers. And not really until, few years ago, I was like, okay, I'm at the point now where I can get sneakers again. Because I grew up not being able to get sneakers, right? I've shared this story all the time. Black tongue 5s are my grail. I remember a kid in my 5th grade basketball team that had them, and I still remember the black and red 23 on the outside of the shoe, and was in love with it. Mm-hmm. Nike's always going to be looking at how do we get things as fast as we can. Quality might not be there, but people are still going to eat it up, even though quality might be going down. I mean, how many of those royalties were sent back because there was glue or there was defects on it? Like, I just keep on seeing like lower quality, higher churn out of Jordan 1s, 3s, 5s, 4s, 6s, 12s. I haven't seen a 10 in a while. I'd love to see a 10.
Right? I want a 10, man. I need 10.
Dude, that's a conversation within itself.
Right? Like I saw like somewhere a little bit ago, like the like a Mocha 10 tees, and I was like, oh my god, I'd love to see a Mocha 10. But also talking about like the women's shoe, like there's a there's a light pink and brown, like I think it's the Neapolitan 3 coming out, like over the summer. That like the 3s. I mean, for me personally, like I'm not a huge pink wearer. It doesn't really go well with my skin tone because I have red undertones. But man, if I could get my hands on that, if it came in an extended size, like color has no gender, as someone was saying. Like,
facts.
That's
all I'm trying to say. Color has zero gender. Like, dude, like I will rock an all pink pair of freaking jeans or nights.
So color has no gender, but gender has gender. Right? Like women's sneakers are still intended for women. They're cut different. They're cut for a woman's foot, right? Like we can't take that out. We can't take that out of the conversation either, right? Like color is one thing, but like we're really talking about like women's, like real deal women's exclusive sneakers too.
No, I think that when we said what we said, that it was taken out of context and it was taken a little too literal, because we understand that everybody can wear pink. That's fine. You can wear purple. You can wear yellow. You can wear whatever color you want to. Just like we gonna put on our black, we gonna put on our red, we gonna wear our blue. That's fine. But when you think about a woman, your mind automatically goes pink, purple, all these extra colors, polka dots, flowers, all that. That's where your mind goes when you hear woman. That was the point. I mean, we get that. Like, yeah, y'all gonna wear. But at the end of the day, if y'all see a bunch of flowers, a bunch of pink flowers on your shoes, if that's what you want to wear, by all means, that's what you're going to do. But at the same time, when you walk into a store and you see a nice little pink shirt that says Happy Valentine's Day versus a blue shirt that says Happy Valentine's Day, you're going to buy the blue one for your son, not the pink one. That was the point.
So that's a lie. That's a lie. Tristan gonna rock some pink shit, all right? My little man gonna rock some pink stuff. We don't discriminate over here, okay?
Well, and I just want to let y'all know.
Thinking about the flowers, the Hawaii Dunks, I think 2022, they were the Dunk Highs.
Yeah, them shits were hard.
I got them.
Like,
of course you
like
do, Sam.
Those were fantastic.
Yeah, David, I agree. It was a good shoe.
You know, but I think they were looked over because they were like a floral tone. You know, or people don't like Dunk Highs, which I don't understand, but that's another conversation.
They were from that.
But like that was a really good looking shoe. Now, could someone like myself pull it off? I'm gonna tell you, I cannot pull that off. I don't have that style. I'm trying to learn.
You can pull it off, David. Stop doubting yourself.
Hey man, it's all about it's all about the swag at the end of the day.
There's somebody with red undertones or no skin, thick red bone. Let me tell you something. I got no help in this motherfucker, but I didn't tell you.
Did you just call yourself thick? Wait, hold on. Everybody got it. Did he just call himself a thick red bone? Everybody, okay.
Let that man cook. Let that man cook. No. Gotta be from the South. I feel it.
Go ahead, Nate.
Hell no.
I'm just saying. I just want y'all niggas, man, to just have your confidence, them red undertones, all that shit. Fuck it, nigga. If you like it, put that motherfucker on, but.
David, we get a Hawaii Dunks, man.
Can somebody tweet Nate called himself a red bone, please, so I can post
1,000%.
Wait a minute.
I don't care.
Red bone. It was the thick ass red bone.
It's a no head, thick red bone, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I need you.
Londo
Nate.
and G have had their hand up for a minute now. They got something to say.
Okay. All right. So let's get back a little bit because I need some definition before we go to other people. I'm gonna take over just a little bit. Nate, I need you to break that last sentence down because I know that's slang. So please help me understand it because I got accused of not understanding local stuff last week. So.
Yeah, I thought it was self-explanatory, nigga. I ain't got no motherfucking hair on my head, nigga. I'm thick, nigga.
Pause.
And I'm a red bone, nigga.
Pause. Double pause.
It is.
Shit, ain't no pause on it, bro. Nigga, it is what it is, nigga. I see myself in the mirror, nigga.
You know, stop calling me a nigga, please.
There it is. You a nigga. What the fuck I'm supposed to call you, nigga?
Hey, we're in front of. Hey, I thought that was text me. Sorry, my bad. Lando, what's good, homie? Save us. Save us, please,
Yo,
Lando.
what's happening, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, man, who knows?
I jumped in about like 20 minutes ago. Went out for my pop's birthday today, and he's a big sneakerhead. So happy birthday,
Dad!
Happy birthday, Pop!
Happy birthday!
Right, had to gift him.
Happy birthday!
Cherish
I ain't gift him snickers today, but I gifted him his favorite basketball player, a graded card. It was a LeBron James MVP card. So it was
Yo, Lando, let me ask you a question.
Nice.
What's the gift? What do you do? Because like you really got some money, nigga. Like what do you?
No, legally, man. I'm part of that. There was a stand up that I watched that was like, listen, if you get your dick sucked by a woman who makes more money than you need to praise her because she's taking time out of her money making schedule to put your $40,000 dick in her mouth. And I'm part of that group.
Sample size is
Wow.
tonight.
You know what, Jordan? I blame you for that. You walked us into that, Jordan.
You definitely walked us into that.
Hey, Jordan.
Slow clap this nigga Lando.
Yo.
Slow clap for this nigga, man.
Can we?
No, but there was a couple things that I definitely wanted to say. So with the subject being about Black History Month and Nike, I did want to say I definitely wore the right sneaker today for today's theme with all black, and I wore the 2015 release of the Jordan 1 Black History Month that was predominantly black with a little bit of white. Felt like today was the best day to wear it. But at least there was a couple things. When it came to pink, I remember growing up and at least being a big fan of Kanye, and he was an influence at least for me to want to rock a pink Izod polo, no bullshit. And I remember like wearing that, and you guys remember in the conversation saying that like pink has no color, but specifically I feel like within the last only like 5 to 10 years, that's actually the case, because at least growing up, I was getting picked on, no bullshit, for wearing a pink polo. Like I remember like changing in gym class and like people picking back on you like, yo, you putting that pink shirt on, like, you know, the flamer, Skittles in your tank, sugar, whatever it is. Like, I'm happy I got thick skin. But like, you know what I mean? Fashion's fashion. And even with that, I just bought those Atmosphere bubblegum Jordan 1s. I was born in October. Pink's the birthstone. I don't know what it is. I like pink. So yes, I can say pink has no color.
It's opal. It's opal. Our birthstone is opal, buddy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But
about October, baby. Opal.
Right. October's very young. Scorpio gang though. But at least when it comes to like the women's the women's cuts, like I think that I don't know. I feel like they try to do that extended sizing thing to get everybody to buy them, no matter what. Everything is going to sell out for the most part, unless it's a straight quote unquote brick. And for that, it's only going to go to the people who actually decide that they like the sneaker. But then when it at least goes back to like the Black History Month and Nike, I feel like, is it more the execution of the sneaker that we don't think that Nike cares about? Or is it the story / person behind the sneaker? Because I feel like if specifically Jordan's favorite sneaker, the Chaplip ones, if those dropped this month, I feel like everyone would have been happy. But you know what I mean? Like, because it had a legit story based around African American culture, Black culture. Like, growing up between a Portuguese neighborhood in Rhode Island and a predominantly Haitian and Hispanic culture in New Jersey, like, I know where I felt most comfortable, and that was out in New Jersey because I felt more accepting. And from there, I definitely made sure that my first sneaker trade was for the sneakers that are on my feet right now. I traded those sport blue Jordan 3s for these. And I know I took the L money-wise, but I was like, this shoe means more to me because I know what it stands for. So is it the meaning behind the shoe, or is it more the execution? Because I hated those Air Forces, and I look forward personally as a Puerto Rican to Black History Month sneakers. Like, I like to say, at least say that I support, but at the same time, I like the possibility of the creations that can be made. Nigel Sylvester, a Black creator, if his Jordan 1, if he got another collab and it dropped this month, I feel like we all would have loved it. But it's because maybe the lack of effort behind the story or material or just execution. I don't know. It's just something to put in the air for everybody. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if them Alma Manier 1s dropped this month, we would have been like, this might be one of the best Black History Month sneakers of all time, and no one would have cared about that cracked leather. They would have been happy about it, but it might be when it dropped. That's just food for thought, you know.
So For one, Jordan would have still cared, but that's one. And two, that's actually an interesting point that you brought up. I was about to say something. I'm so mad it just slipped my mind. Fuck, come back to me.
I don't really see Nigel Sylvester as as a creator, because I don't really think a lot of people knew who he was outside of Queens, New York.
I mean, I'm a Jets fan, so and that's hard to be. So anyone who is a Jets fan, you know any celebrity that is one, and he's one of them. So I definitely rock with him. But him being like one of those creators, whether it's a skater like Ashad Ware, who got his signature sneaker, and Nike is dropping new releases for him this month. Him being a BMXer, sorry, but you know what I mean. Like I feel like if there was a actual story behind a Black History Month release, people might care more versus it just being this is labeled a Black History Month shoe.
No, but you know Nigel Sylvester from being a Jets fan. You don't know him from
BMX.
Growing up in Queens and things like that. So you have to know he goes to the Jets games or wherever he goes. But I think it's mainly, well, at least for me, it's the execution. Not every shoe has to have a emotional attachment to me. I mean, because these shoes could be here today, gone to the next.
Sound like an absolute reseller, Sam.
You know. No, I'm not a reseller. I mean, yeah, but I'm also talking.
You're not a what?
I corrected myself, Jordan. But also, I am a person who had their sneaker collection. I feel like I told this before. I had my sneaker collection wiped out because there was a huge fire in my building. I went like 6 months wearing 2 pairs of sneakers. They weren't even Nikes. So I don't really put that much emotional attachment to shoes, nor to clothes, my bags, yes. But there's a way Nike could have executed things without always wanting to sell us a story to get us to buy something.
I agree. If the silhouette is dope, people don't care about the story, for real. If it's a dope silhouette.
Yeah.
And according to Jordan,
no offense, Kari. No offense at all, bro.
And according to Jordan, even if it has a dope story, if it's Black trauma, Jordan doesn't want to hear it.
Damn, what? Jordan shooting at me tonight. It's time to Black trauma here. I'm fine. I love everyone. I want everybody to succeed. Just stop shooting at me tonight. Damn, I can't breathe.
Hey, so guys, it is literally my favorite time of the night. It's G Lee time, and I just know her notebook is out. And when I tell you, there's a couple people I look forward to. G Lee is one of them. What's up, sis?
Nothing much. What's up, sample size fam? I said, oh Lord, when you said that. But yeah, I do have notes. And I have 2 questions. So I have a couple of statements and I have a few questions. So I think that's a great idea about that it should cater all types of girls. You know, the roundaway girl, the tech chick, the preppy guy, and guys that like to get their hands dirty, because it kind of do that versatility of different people that came from different walks of life. In my opinion, I'm wondering why they're not at least picking 4 designers just of color and allowing them to design the line and take pre-orders. Start the process in October to prepare for February, so we don't have any problems. We've had a time to vote, and we like this and we like that, and just execute it that way. I think they should also do a couple things where they figure out what silhouette, what color, and what texture to use for Black History Month, because I think that's important. Like, I think that a lot of us will get more involved and stuff if we know that, hey, we picked a silhouette, we like the texture, we like the color. Going back to the comment about the person of color being in the room. There needs to be more than one person of color, honestly. That one person may not be the best person to give input, and Nike has to hire one person just to say that, hey, they are fulfilling their diversity policy, okay? And then also somebody else made a comment about speaking up, and that it's easier said than done, because depending on your department or your superior, speaking out may have consequences. Some people are in a room to fulfill a quota or ensure that Nike, also is fulfilling that diversity policy. Also, I know somebody else stated something about like stories. Nike should definitely depict more stories, and actually they are depicting stories in comics and sports on their app, but I will say, like, they're boring. Like, give me something more exciting now. I look forward to the grill stories and what you got and stuff. I look forward to stuff like that, but, you know, all of this yoga, that's just not for me. And then I have two questions. Which stories do you think should be told? And do they necessarily have to be told by a Black person to ensure that we do not consider it as pandering to the Black people? That's question number one. Number two is, many of us were not pleased with the BHM collection, right? Do you think there's a disconnect in age, gender, and race? Let me elaborate. The people in the rooms right now, they're older, probably not of color, and also predominantly male. Those are my two questions.
Wait, give me the first question again, please.
Okay, so the first question is, which stories do you think should be told for Black History Month? And should it be a person of color to ensure that we do not interpret it as them pandering to Black people?
Okay, thank you.
So let me answer the first one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We're all going to say the same thing. Go ahead. I know exactly what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't mind a story being told for a Black person in the community. You can't be somebody who read a book and then is telling me a story. Would I prefer it to be a person of color? 100%. But I've learned a lot of lessons about Black history growing up with teachers who came from the area that I'm from. So as long as it's not like, I don't want to pick a random white person, but just the owner of Facebook, I don't want him telling me a story about Black history. He's far removed from that. But I legit believe that you can tell the same story that of somebody who's grew up in my neighborhood. My best friend, before he moved off, I knew he was going to marry a Black woman because he was, in my mind, we were the same color. We grew up in the same environment. So when we got married, I was like, I look at him sometimes and go, I keep forgetting you white because we're from the same area. Now, somebody from the other side, completely different. That was the first one for me.
Anybody else want to?
Yeah, Juan's story. I forget the gentleman's name, but the Caucasian gentleman.
Yeah, Jonathan Daniels.
Yeah, like I had no idea about him and what he did for us. And it wasn't a Black person. It was a white man who got his life taken because he loved Black people and wanted to stand up for Black people. So it doesn't always have to be about technically a Black person. Like that was a focal point of a white guy, but he took care of our race. Like he made sure we were shown equality, and unfortunately he got killed. So if that makes sense, but I don't think it has to be about Black people. I just think that it needs to be done right, and we need to be technically the focal point about it.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Jordan, that makes a lot of sense. But you would get a lot of backlash from a lot of Black people if you told a white person's story. I don't care how much of an ally they are. If you told a white person with all these niggas that have done all these things for all these years and generations, if you got up in Black History Month, now listen, John, I love the story.
Let me ask you something. Hold on.
Hold
on. What story was told better than Juan's story?
No, I feel you. Like, no, the story was it was touching. It was heartwarming. It was an incredible story. But I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking macro level, right? I'm thinking bird's eye view. And at a macro level, there would be so much backlash from people if Nike, if they isolated a special story for Black History Month, and it was about a white guy. Because you know what they call that? White savior complex in movies. And that happens a lot of times in movies. The Green Notebook was a movie. White savior complex. This happens a lot of times. Like, Black people are in distress. White person shows up, saves Black people.
You're right.
Okay, so
that shit sells so well.
So
blindside, all that shit. Don't you fucking blindside my sneakers, nigga.
So okay,
I'm not trying to have it. Don't you avatar my sneakers, nigga. Give me my shit black and the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to hear that shit. Tell me that shit another time.
So I'm confused. Is it the Black people telling a white story or a white person telling a Black story during Black History Month?
I don't give a fuck. Don't you tell that shit about no white person during Black History Month. It's a lot of us.
But if a white person was telling the story of a Black person that maybe we didn't know.
No.
No.
Damn, they can't even talk this month. They got to be quiet for 20
Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport.
No, he need to shut up.
Who
I'm sorry.
claims him? White people don't even claim him.
I don't fuck.
Like, what are we talking about right now?
I don't like.
I'm just saying.
No.
Okay.
Make my shit black.
Hey,
black people
coffee,
selling
no creamer.
Even if you got Pookie on the corner.
Did you say?
No.
Not Pookie on the corner.
Hey, G.
Come on,
Tell me about the crack epidemic, nigga.
G Lee, what was the second part again? Because I don't forgot now.
The second part was, do you think that there's a disconnect between race, age, and gender in those rooms? Because a lot of times, they're older, they're not people of color, and then also they're male.
So I'm gonna answer that with one question. With one word, and it's yes. And I look at that as elected government. Old white people should not be making the laws for everyone. The same thing should be said about decisions being made in corporations in general. A lot of new things, to take it back to the conversation we were having earlier about code switching. I am a bald black man with tattoos, 2 sleeves and a chest plate. When at work, when I go in the office, I have a shirt and tie on, but I guarantee you if I came in there in my Timbs and my hoodie like I wear at work, I'd be looked at differently. But I'm also the person moving the culture. So you can't tell me what culture is if you're not part of it. You are looking at it from a glass house up top and going, oh, I think they'll like that. Or we have older people, even in our sneaker community, who aren't really involved in it, but think that they know what's going on. So they're making decisions to say, oh, I think that's cool. And they're dead ass wrong. So I think that's what you're kind of looking at when you have those older black or white, even older black men. Older black men are the most racist people I know. They can't be in the rooms making the decisions either because they're trying to get back. So there needs to be, and I'm not using it because she's in the room, but I look at the Whitaker group. When I looked at their company photo, I was like, oh, decisions are being made there, but things are being heard. Because it varies. And there's also somebody in the room to go, hey, that sounds dumb as hell. I would assume they can say to each other, that sounds dumb as hell without repercussion, as long as they're respectful.
I would like an older black man to do that shit. Nigga, show me that. Give me that hatred shoot, nigga.
Why are you so mad, Nate?
Nah, because them niggas went through it, nigga. I can tell you a story about what I experienced, but it ain't nothing like they experienced. Tell me about that motherfucking shit you felt. Put that motherfucker on the shoe for me.
But you realize
I want that hatred, nigga.
Turn the swoosh into a fire hose.
But they don't just discriminate against white people. They discriminate against everyone.
Everybody.
Everybody.
They hate niggas like the white people hate niggas.
Oh, now we're racist, but you want hate.
It's so much.
You can't
it's so much.
too.
There's so much self-hate, man, with y'all, man. I don't like this.
Yo, I hate this nigga, bro. I hate him.
I'll tell you what.
Freddie, what you got, Freddie? Nah, let Freddie talk. Change the subject. I hate Nate. Freddie talk, please. Damn! What's happening tonight? I hate Nate.
With that street knowledge to y'all.
Yo, how's everybody doing tonight, sneaker fam? 3 quick points. I'm gonna try not to get real philosophical tonight.
Come on, brother, break it down. Are you high?
Yeah, I'm stupidly high.
All right, let's go. Get philosophical. Let's go.
First thing, and I was with everybody in this group, and I was feeling everybody what they were saying, and until I started hearing everybody speak, and I was thinking. So I'm just gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, and I'm gonna say black people are not monolithic, and furthermore, all of our diasporas are a little different. So I would rather Nike not release a Black History Month shoe than to not come correct and to be able to involve all diasporas into a shoe that everyone can appreciate. Because you got Cuban blacks, Haitian blacks, cotton picking blacks, biracial blacks, poor blacks.
Yeah, which one of y'all cotton picking blacks? Which one
white
of y'all
blacks.
that?
You got a lot of blacks out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all of our stories are the same. So I was listening about the bamboo earrings, and you can't tell me that if Nike didn't release those as a Black History Month shoe, and because it is Black History Month, I want to keep it real. Like, everyone in this room is the talented 10th of sneaker buyers. So we know the history and the culture and the prices and, everything that comes along with it. But if Nike really released that shoe as a Black History Month shoe, you couldn't tell me that they wouldn't get fried online for trying to culturally appropriate a culture that they wouldn't really know about. You know what I mean?
They should be getting fried right now anyway.
Oh,
bruh, like they put kente cloth on everything.
Yeah, they do. Second point,
they already appropriate a lot.
Just the Legends point, really, about why you get like the LGBTQ shoes, and you know they only put a lot of like emphasis on the Black History Month shoe. And I'm gonna keep it like to the Dave Chappelle thing, and I'm gonna really be real. Like I think it's because with the Pride shoes and collection, and partly the N7 collection, that I'm gonna just be real. White men can more so identify with those cultures and subcultures than they can with the Black history or Black movement. So you're gonna get a whole lot more emphasis and a whole lot more thought and a whole lot more effort. So even though Key can identify both as a Black woman and both someone is on the alphabet spectrum, the alphabet spectrum sneaker and collection is gonna get way more emphasis. And then the third thing is, and this is my last point, I really think that sneaker culture in general just needs, in both quality, releases, and excitement from the actual consumer, its own version of a Telfar bag. I don't really know how else to put that. Like a Black designer that does something quality that everyone gets excited about, that has a limited release, that feels like a Nike drop, but is also like Black owned, Black, you know, photography, Black campaigns, Black stories, sort of like the Maye campaign. You know, like they do a very good job of that too. But that's really what sneakers really needs, like an actual, like a Black designer, whatever the Telfar version of that would be, the equivalent to that being sneakers. That's it. Everybody,
Freddie,
So
hold on, Freddie. Hold on. Respectfully, alphabet community, I wouldn't say that again.
I apologize.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kari. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So you kind of have that already with Kool Kai and Saya. So are you fans of their work? Because that's a Black-owned sneaker company that does their own. I mean, no, they don't have the cinematography or the big budgets of a Nike for a rollout, but I mean, theoretically, that's technically what you have. So are you a fan of their products and their rollout?
I used to not be. And I'm all the way real. So someone made the point that like no one really hates on Bape for making like a knockoff version of an Air Force One, and it sells out, and everyone like is hyped over it and everything like that. And I can't remember who said that, but like if you can kind of overlook that kind of bootleg knockoff imitation for Bape, I feel like you can do it for somebody that look like you too. So despite the only reason I wouldn't buy the Kais or the Sais is the customer service aspect of it. But had that been on the same par as a Bape, I wouldn't have a problem like supporting that at all.
Okay, so what about James Whitner then? Right? So James Whitner, I mean, are you saying a designer that tells Black stories? Are you saying a complete...
No, I mean a complete brand. Like the Whitner Group does apparel, and they do great apparel too. And don't get me wrong, it's like a little pricey, but like it's quality. Like you know, the people that are telling your stories are selling you the product. You know that like your dollars are being appreciated. But whatever that equivalent would be in apparel is what the sneaker community needs in sneakers. And sorry if I offended anybody in the LGBTQ like arena.
Oh, that's what you meant by alphabet?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
It's all right. We're all learning. We're all getting better day by day.
It's all learning.
We're learning. No, but yeah, that's why I brought up Kai, right? Because Kai he does apparel, he does shoes, he rolls out. You know, he does his own rollouts. He finances his own thing. So it's like
he also
cusses
niggas out in the comments. So I'm good.
You said what?
He also cusses niggas out in the comments. But...
I mean, he does, right? So, I mean, that is a part of it, too. It's like a lot of what we're seeing right now, Freddie, is like the people that we would like to boost and amplify. Number one, the quality isn't there. Or number two, their customer service is absolute garbage. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I'd love to support somebody doing something else like that. But for $300 for a shoe that a nigga's going to block me if I tell them that something is off with my stitching, no, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doubting that. Like, you got to be conscious of where your money is going and like you know how you're spending it and how it's going to stretch and the utility that you're getting out of the product you're buying.
Right.
I'm just saying, like I've heard a couple of complaints about Telfars, but like for the most part, everyone's pretty much satisfied with the quality, and they know what they're buying, and like there's a general hype around a Telfar bag. That's the type of like hype and enthusiasm that like the sneaker community needs, and its equivalents to like kind of counter the Nike aspect of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so so we build something, a black person builds something, and maybe that's something that we can all get behind. And I dig that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Anybody else have thoughts on Freddie's comments?
Yo, Freddie, I'm gonna let you know. Let me keep this a buck, bro. Them big ass words, I need you to send me the definitions before you start talking, because I felt dumb as shit when you started talking. I started Googling words. I didn't even spell them shits right.
What words do you help with, my brother?
Nah, I don't even remember what you said, bro.
Black people are not a monolith. They have different diasporas about them.
They do.
What
like,
the fuck is a diaspora?
A diaspora is like
a diaspora. What is
yeah,
that?
like it's our journey. How we got here is all different. You know what I'm saying? Like the path to where you got here, the path that Jordan got to this point at this sneaker space is very different than a path that like a Samantha took. You know, like our ancestors are a little different. Everybody took different boats. It took one took a left turn, one took a right turn. You know what I mean? Like one.
I need you to send me.
Why did the niggas turn around though? Boy, they took the wrong turn. That was on.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of stories out there about slave revolts and revolts. They just couldn't really make it their way back there. Like, be honest with you, black people really made it to America way before Christopher Columbus. Be keeping an actual buck. They figured out a way to do that shit like way before Columbus. But like, I mean, that shit just don't get told. But I don't want to die.
No, it gets told. It gets told, but it's also hidden in plain sight. So like certain people know the history of black people and African Americans, but in schools they have hidden it so much that nobody teaches it unless you absolutely know it.
So they just banned critical race theory in all of Alabama thanks to Kay Ivey. So there goes that.
And the funny thing is, critical race theory, not to branch off of this, but that shit was taught in colleges way before it became a punchline word in politics. So, like, this whole phenomenon, like CRT, which is also disrespectful, like BLM is also disrespectful, that shit is just a punchline word for Republicans to use to discredit black people and people of color. So, yeah. Sorry, not to go off on a tangent.
I was gonna say it's getting blackity black in here tonight, man. I like it.
It is Black History, bud.
Yeah, so we're directed to where you're all black today to show just how black you are.
No. So there's one thing that I remember that like I forgot to let y'all know, or I had to head out because my lady wants me to go watch our show together. So
what show?
We didn't watch the Euphoria show because I was working, so I'm finally gonna watch it with her tonight.
Good show.
But no, there was one thing that I remember, at least based on the subject, and it was Nike caring about the Black History Month and the community in general. And I was just thinking, if February is too big, even though it's the shortest month of the year, but if February, all 28 days is too big, then why can't they do like a friendly gesture and donate 10% of the proceeds of the Black History Month sneakers towards the communities that might need a little bit more help? You know what I mean? Like, they already make enough money as it is, and that's something at least to show that they do care, if that is something that is on their mind, and at least to reassure the community that, hey, we do stand with you, we do want to help you, we do care. And that was just something that was on my mind, like, with me, just in that spirit of wanting to give back. Like, why can't these companies just give back a little bit more? Like, why can't we all just kind of care a little bit more? Like, I just been feeling like spreading that type of positivity based on like the corporation makes people want to go back more. And that's why I appreciate those mom and pop type shops, the black owned, the Hispanic owned, the places that like have came from the ground up and like battled through adversity. Because I mean, it's not because they hook you up, but like it's more like they did it and like they want to take care of those people that do come back and do support them. They care. You know, that was just something that was on my mind too, is like, why can't Nike give back at least a portion of the Black History Month sneakers alone?
So Agreed. Now, I do know that Nike and Jordan Brand especially have, announced that they were giving large amounts of money to various Black-owned organizations, throughout, I think, like 2025 or something like that, or I think it was like a 10-year program, $100 million with Jordan Brand. Now, I'll also say
10 years. They owe 400 years. Fuck that.
Touche. I'm not mad at that at all. You might be invited to Thanksgiving for that, Lando. I'm not mad at that.
Cookout, but Thanksgiving.
You know what I mean? Or something. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Cookouts are fun, in my opinion. But
You celebrate that white man holiday?
You ain't never been to no Black Thanksgiving. You think the cookout fun?
I have. I just remember my cookout that I did go to back in Roselle, New Jersey, was probably one of the best of my life. But no, it's just like, fuck 10 years, man. Like your company has been eating off of that community more than your own community. Like, people weren't buying your product until Mike made it hot. Fuck that. Like, fuck, you need 400 years of payback. I'm just helping out a little bit, like, to show you care.
Y'all celebrate Thanksgiving? For real?
I celebrate good
colonizer holiday.
He's setting you up.
During this Black History Month, y'all celebrate that colonizer shit.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I tell y'all, boy, y'all fucking up this February, bro.
God, bro.
Don't answer that, Lando.
Stay away from that. That's a trap.
I have a very Puerto Rican Thanksgiving, I'll be honest.
There you go.
Well, you better save the arroz y habichuelas for another day.
You were definitely married to his
Wow.
Definitely.
Nah, but I think that honestly, like it costs money to make those Black History Month shoes. Why pay the money when we're already buying what already exists? Why expend the extra bit?
It costs more money to make Black History sneakers.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it costs like more money than regular product. I'm just saying like, why expend the extra money to make special product when we're already buying everything else? They don't have to.
They have to. They don't want to. They have to. They owe it to us, who pad their pockets week in, week out. I know there's some nigga somewhere rocking the Air Monarch on a daily. So we're the everydayers. So like, for real, like they owe it to us to do it right. They just don't do it right anymore, and it's mad disrespectful and half-assing the middle of the month and saying here, nigga, damn, go customize your own shoe. Like Nate said, that you're not gonna get until March or April. Like, for real, like it's bullshit.
No, I agree. It's total bullshit.
And I really hope somebody from Nike's in here listening to this, or somebody that works there. I don't know, somebody that can funnel the shit up, because it is very, very frustrating.
There's a very good chance that somebody in here with the brand or that works at the brand. So
good, funnel that up. And don't blacklist my sneakers account again, because I got exclusive access like 2 weeks ago. I ain't never had that shit before in my life, so please don't do that.
Please, bro. You got them cool grays, right? Exclusive access.
I was broke when it happened. I had to pay bills.
You gotta oop, man. You gotta oop it, man. You gotta give it to the timeline. Be like, yo, who needs them?
Nigga, I need to oop these bills. All right.
Very grown manish. I feel it.
Little buck.
I feel it. Dino, what's up, man?
I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Y'all know I done sat here and smoked.
Of course you did, Dino. What else you did?
Dino. Sam, you sound like fried.
I'm sitting here playing Pokemon, so yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay, well, that's enough for Dino for night.
Nah, hell no. Pokemon, Dino, you got it. Not to go off script, but I got it, and that shit is fire. I love it.
No, I agree.
It is. I haven't played it yet.
Good. It's
the
very
new,
good.
Yeah, the new Pokemon Legends is hardcore. It's crazy. It was something I was gonna say. I feel like I was trying to answer G Lee question, but I got sidetracked. I can't remember what the question even was. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all.
All right, Dino. Well, we appreciate you.
Nigga said a whole lot of nothing.
Okay, well, we gonna move Dino down. We're gonna bring Monique on back up. She requested a mic.
Wait, I have a question before Monique goes.
What's up?
Real quick. So we're sitting here having this conversation about Nike and how they don't care about, Black people or Black History Month. and I think somebody had put it on the timeline either earlier this week or last week, about the Black dollar only lasting, 6 hours in the Black community.
That was me.
Okay. What are we doing to change that instead of asking the question about Nike?
I'm gonna go buy my black on t-shirts and clothes because my shoes, I'm sorry, ain't nobody won me over with that shit. So I'm gonna keep buying the clothes and my black.
That's a start. You could go buy some FUBU. You could go buy some FUBU shoes. You wanted to, even though Damon is married to a white woman. But Damon's married to a white woman, and Walmart, you give Walmart a lot of money with that FUBU.
I'm not wearing that shit.
That shit's fire, bro. It's black owned. You better
I keep giving my money to the Venezuelans, man. They keep making out that shit is so fucking delicious.
Hey, bro, you've been on them lately. He really has. He been on them heavy lately. Chicken and rice, you need to get some out of Apex. Oh, okay.
Apex every day.
He been on them things lately. But no, I mean, that's a good question, right? About the black dollar. So again, I will just reiterate what I always say. I love buying black owned, but quality first for me. You know, if it's black owned, it's gonna be quality. I'm finished spending my money on black shit because it's black shit. I'm sorry, y'all can call me whatever you want to call me. You can call me all the Uncle Toms in the world, they won't bother me none. But I'm gonna just say it one more again. I'm not buying no more black shit just because somebody black owns it. It's gotta be quality, it's gotta resonate with me, it's gotta be on point.
So to add on to Uncle Thomas, what he just said, I'm also not spending $75 because you bought a Hanes t-shirt and put your logo on it. That I'm also not doing that. I get it, handcrafted stuff costs more, but I'm a little bit sick of y'all going and buying H&M shirts and cutting the tags off of it and calling it your brand. That's another one of those things, or trying to support local chefs. A, I need to see the kitchen. B, I need to see why does a spaghetti plate cost me $35?
You mean how gallery department takes Levi's 501s and
that too.
And does that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay because you took sandpaper to a jean and called it couture. I'm not doing that. Call me what you will, but also figure out your return policy, because when my Levi's don't fit properly, I can take them back to Macy's. And I just want to kind of talk about that really quickly, because niggas be like, you bought it. What am I supposed to do with it now? I'm not going to name names, but I ordered a t-shirt from a black YouTube couple. The moment I pressed send, I said, oh shit, ordered the wrong size. Right away. Hey guys, ordered the wrong size. Can you update me? Yeah, I got you. Came in the mail, was still the wrong size. Reached out to him, said, hey, open the package. It was still the wrong size. Can I get the size that I asked for when we spoke that you acknowledged? Oh, we sold out. Okay, y'all want this shirt back? No, it's yours now. Again, Macy's will take it back. They got 90 days.
It's a corporation now.
Hey, guess what? I didn't wear the shirt. I was willing to package and pay for the shipping back to them. I went like this.
That is weird. That is weird that they're not gonna return the shirt. That's weird.
Like,
too hard. Like I get if they don't have a return policy. Like if they have a no return policy. But if that's not stated, then they should be returning.
But that's part of why my black dollar goes elsewhere, because I buy stuff to see it in hand sometimes. I don't know what your quality is for a lot of this stuff. So if I'm buying it to see it in hand and I get it and I can see through it, come on, bro, you charge me $30 for this screen printed t-shirt. Let's be real.
See, I ain't want to come at this all philosophical. Swear to God, yo. Like,
you sure?
I swear, yo. Like,
nigga, what way
I
do
don't
I
want
need
to think about this shit from a consumer, though. Real shit. Like, we just seen the Super Bowl with, like, I think 3 billionaires on the fucking stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the halftime. And, like, neither one of them or no collection of 3 of them own a bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the real keeping your black dollar in the real black community really come from. Like, you could buy.
But they don't need to have a black bank. There's black banks all across the United States that we don't
but do we bank with them?
Nigga, no. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Because I'm not driving all the way to Philadelphia 40 minutes when I can go to Bank of America, which is 10 minutes down the road. So that's why. Because the closest black bank to me is in Philadelphia.
Also, my credit union gives me great rates.
That was exactly what I was about to say. I hate to say it, but Nate took the words out of my mouth. I did a lot of research on black banks because I got called Uncle Tom once again for not going to a closest black bank to me, by the way, is an hour away. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. But I looked at their rates. I looked at the APYs of that bank. I looked at the interest of that bank. It was trash. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. No, I can't do it. So that I don't have an account in the black bank. People are like, well, you can just do a small account, just put some of your money in the black bank. Why?
Yeah, when Killer Mike said that, I was like, nigga, why? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would I put that there? And then I could be inquiring overage charges, overdraft fees, whatever. Like, no, I'm sorry. It makes it too difficult.
Again, it's like there has to be a true value add. Even when it comes to that, right? There has to be a value add. You can at least be competitive. Even if you're competitive. Well, I'm not saying that you got to beat your white counterparts. If they're giving me, 0.05% APY, why are you giving me 0.01? You can at least give me 0.05. But they won't do it. So it's hard, But I feel you. I get it.
Monique.
Okay, we got next. Monique, what's up?
Actually, I think Darth had their hand up first.
Darth with the Ash Ketchum hat. What's going on?
Hey, Monique, thank you for acknowledging that. But if you would like to go first, I don't mind.
Man, that's a gentleman right there.
Gentleman.
Chivalry is not dead. That's right. And it's a brother, too.
Jordan, you are the last person to say these things.
Can I say?
Monique, would you like timeline? Off the timeline.
Monique, would you like to go, or you want me? I'm real quick, but if you want to go, please
go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so a previous speaker, don't remember who was talking about their experience with a black-owned business when they ordered the wrong shirt size or something like that. So just wanted to chime in with a quick experience that I've had. So whenever I deal with any, I don't want to just say black-owned, but any mom and pop, I pay with an Amex card. So if they show out on me, I'm gonna show out on them, and they're gonna have to deal with a chargeback because I'm not gonna put up with that. So you gonna let me keep your product? All right, cool. So I'm gonna still call American Express and scream fraud because.
Did you just call me poor?
I was about to say.
Is that what Darth? That's what we're doing, bro?
Credit score ain't on
Yeah,
that
we just got called broke tonight, but
bro. It's not that hard. Guys, work on your shit. Guys. I'm not calling anybody. We're all rich in spirit, okay? We're all at the end of the month.
I'm using that, bro.
But seriously though, Legend, I'm so sorry that happened to you, especially when you're dealing with us, because it just seems like, the whole narrative of being black owned, like let's support black owned. But to Kari's point, listen, the customer service needs to be on point. You need to be on Chick-fil-A when you're dealing with me. Don't be careless with me, baby.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Speak about it.
And also, let's stop printing on Gildan shirts and trying to charge $60 for it because it's never going to happen. At least not on my side. So, I think it should be, and I think we should hold black-owned businesses accountable. Like, if you want our black dollars, then you need to give us a reason not to go to the Macy's, not to go to the Amazons. Give us a reason not to go. And that's just all I had to say. And peace, love, and blessings to everybody. Thank you for allowing me to speak my piece and being a part of this space.
Yes, sir.
We love you too. And that hat, every week I tell you, I love that fucking hat.
Yeah.
Keep that shit. I love it.
He makes such valid points. Like, you have to do things. You have to give me the same quality and customer service that I'm getting elsewhere. It's really that simple. Or price matching. Again, I get it. You're a small business, but guess what? Your jacket should not be $200, and then you get mad at me for going to Nike and spending $35 for the same windbreaker.
I just want to welcome Dro to this space, man. I've been following Dro on Instagram for a minute. We kind of came here for the same type of shit, man. Instagram getting fucked up, so.
I just followed Dro.
See you, bro. For real.
I just followed him. He's good people with me.
Yeah, I need to follow him too. I need to find him again.
Monique.
Monique, what's up?
So I know this is ridiculous, but are we gonna talk about the community?
Yes. Yes.
My ass is tired. I'm fucking old, and I don't want to miss this.
Talk about it.
I'm really interested.
No.
What's
Monique,
happening here.
Monique, I texted him 10 minutes ago and was like, "Hey, bro, I'm on the East Coast and I gotta work at 7:45." So.
No, let's listen. Let's get to it. Let's get to it right now, Monique. So listen. So here's the deal. First of all, it's fantastic conversation. We can definitely keep this going about Nike on the timeline or later. But let's jump into it. So just to kind of reiterate what I said earlier. So working with Twitter, they've been a great partner so far, and they've seen what was built. Choose my words carefully. They've seen what was built with soul food, and as one of the
stop being political. Sorry.
As one of the people that was the originators of soul food that helped to build that community, they see the power of community, especially as that's translated into sample size. So they really blessed me with the opportunity to just pretty much have carte blanche about what we want to do for a new state community. They said, we think there's room for this. And they were like, and we think that what you guys, not just, Kari, but all of us, they're like, we think that you guys have something special in sample size. So if you'd like to create a new sneaker community, you can do that. So I would like to open it up to the room. If we do a sneaker community, number one, so let me lay a couple of things out. Number one, we need moderators for that. And let me tell y'all, before y'all sign up, being a moderator is a job. Now, Legend, being a moderator is a job. But the
so is being a legend. I just want to throw that out there.
You said what? Man, shut your motherfucking ass up.
I tell you what, I can mute everybody but Jordan. Just want to throw that out there.
That's right. Oh my goodness. So, but the thing about the community, right, is I want to make sure that I say this as well. I'm not saying that you have to leave soul food. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that
hold on, Kari. He said you don't have to leave soul food, so nobody gets that confused and nobody gets feeling hurt and takes his words and tries to flip them. You heard what he said, okay?
Yes, and we're protecting everyone in soul food as well. So there's that. But again, those who don't know, I am no longer affiliated with, in any way, shape, or form, the soul food community. I have seen things that I would like to improve upon, things like transactions, buy, sell, trade. And there are a lot of ideas that I would have personally for a sneaker community. But I would like to hear from you guys. What are you not? Let me say this. This is not a bash session on soul food. All right? I want to make sure I make that very clear. What this is a lessons learned on what works and what doesn't from what you've already seen in the existing sneaker community and what you would like to see in a new sneaker community, right? That's lacking, that doesn't already exist, or that does exist, but is not being done in a way that's to your satisfaction. And with that, we welcome anybody in the room to come on up, say whatever they want to say, speak on it, or if anyone on the stage has anything they'd like to say, we can do that as well.
I do.
Ren got her hand up.
Oh, okay, Ren. Let's let Ren go first.
Yes, I know. Go ahead, Ren. What's up, Ren?
What up? So I just want to tell everybody what I told Kari on the timeline. The new sneaker community cannot be politically correct. I can't do the stuffiness. The vibe that we have in sample size, in space, we gotta carry that into the community. Let the jokes fly. Yes,
respectfully, right.
Let me say it. Let the jokes fly. Moderators definitely jump in if people start to get crazy. But let the jokes fly. The jokes is what keeps it fun, keeps it fresh. If everyone has to, talk all, I don't know, how to explain it. You know what I mean? Let's just keep the same vibe that we have here, there. If it starts to switch up where people can't say what they want and, kind of gets where it's like, oh, you can't speak like this or speak like that, and you have to code switch. I guess that's the best way to put it. We don't need to code switch in sample size. I think that's the best part about this. It's you bring your authentic self to the table. You know what I mean? If you're a VP, cool. If you, flip burgers at Burger King, cool. If you're in the middle, cool. Whatever you are, whatever you're doing,
Like everybody, like Kari always says, everyone has a spot at the table. So let's keep that same vibe in the community.
I agree 100%, and I think that as long as we are and be creative, like I don't ever want y'all to feel like, oh, I'm posting too many sneaker pictures. Like that's what we're here for. Like show your fits, show the mids that you love that everybody hates. Let them hate. Like we want a community where it's fun. Like and like Jaleesa has her thing going on right now. We want stuff like that. We want to talk. We want to teach. I want to learn from a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all have knowledge that I will never know until we get to have the conversations. I want to meet people from different areas. Like I really think that if we do this community the correct way, and like I said, with respect and understanding that you can have a difference of opinion without being disrespectful or not an argument, then we're fine. I mean, we do it all the time in here. We just go, okay, I see your point and I disagree. And sometimes you just got to move on from the conversation because it won't end. So it's really that simple, and just enjoy what we're here for. And like Carr said, something about the buy sell trade, that'll be something that we will have to figure out further down the road to make sure that everybody's safe. But understand that that's something that you're doing on your own. Like,
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. I think we got Monique, and then we got Dave.
So agreed that I would love to see it just be a very fun, casual space with pictures and conversation, and not feeling that that stuffy vibe is really tough. We don't have that in like the spaces, so it would be nice to have that in the community as well. I would be, I think, maybe cautious of like people just being harmful to be harmful, but I don't think that that's going to be an issue. I personally would love to see a space or a community, obviously, that has like, I don't know, like a little bit more, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a complete asshole, but like more reason to visit. Like it's active, things are being discussed, there's a lot of sharing and talking and feeling like it's a space where everybody is like really connected or wants to be there. I don't think I'm in a single community that is like that. So it's not just, not just soul food, it's just everywhere. So something like that would be cool. Also, I would love to throw my hat in the ring for moderator because I've moderated like a group of 40,000 women in marketing. And I feel like if I can do that, this is good. I can do this. So I want that on the record.
Sure. That's I love that, and I'm gonna hit you in a DM about that, Monique, just so you know. So thank you for offering to do that. That's love, and I totally agree. So that was the big thing with me with communities, and that was a conversation. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That was a conversation that I had with a lot of members. So of the people that were in the community, I think that I personally brought in about 700 of those people. And of those people that came into the community, a lot of them were like, yo, like when I said I was leaving, got a lot of DMs from people that were like, man, I came in, like because of your invite and everything, but I'm keeping a buck with you, like nothing really goes on in there. Like the moderators don't really even talk. Like the people who are in charge of the community, they don't speak to us. They don't really do anything in the community. So what's the point? What's the point of the community? And I'm gonna say this. There are people that are blessed with opportunities with Twitter to experiment with these new things that I don't know. How can I say this? That I don't know if it's understood how much is involved with maintaining it, right? So like it's a lot. Like I said before, it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. And so when you jump into it and you sign up because it's offered, that's one thing. But to maintain it every day, 6 months later, it becomes a lot, and the point has been made, like when you run a community, right, that's an unpaid position, right? Like Twitter doesn't. There's no budget from Twitter for communities. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid for that. So a lot of people, they just kind of end up letting it go by the wayside because money tends to be a motivator. So when that's removed, there's not much left.
I agree. At the same time, I don't want y'all to take this offensive or not. Take it how you want to take it. It's not up to moderators or the creator of the space or the community to keep things going. You guys have to be interactive with each other too. Like, maybe start your own challenges. Like, Jolisa started this challenge and the shit's skyrocketing. You could do the same thing. And people really fuck with every single person in here. Like, everybody's connected in here somehow, some way. So do your own thing while you're in the community too. Don't just look to Kari to start a challenge or Key to start a challenge. You do it. Like, pop that shit off. Get your shit off.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the stuff that we put on the timeline. A lot before Spaces and before this community kind of grew that I knew, it would be stuff that I wouldn't necessarily want to tweet about because I would be looked at as weird. Because all I want to talk about is sneakers sometimes. That's where it goes. We can have those conversations. We can do all of those things, but it does take input. But like Kari said, it is work from everyone who wants to be a moderator. And we will make sure to explain it. Having the experience to kind of talk about it is different. So it's checking multiple times a day, make sure the stuff is being upkept, make sure nobody's being disrespectful. It is a job that you kind of have to, whether you put timers in, you speak to the other moderators and go, hey, I got 1 to 4, you got 4 to 8, whatever that looks like. But it's something where when done properly, it's a lot of fun, but it takes everyone involved, not just the people who are quote unquote important in the group or not in the moderators. Like Jordan said, if y'all make it as fun as y'all make this, we have no problems whatsoever.
I agree with that. Nate, you got your hand up?
I do have my hand up. So that's probably one of the most disrespectful niggas you'd ever meet in your life. What we won't be doing is tolerating disrespect in the community. I promise you I'll probably be a mile. And I'm putting niggas in all types of coffins if that shit happens. I have been appointed president for the National Association for the Advancement of Coffin Placements. That's the new NAACP this Black History Month. And you niggas will be in coffins for disrespect. Okay?
The amount of black fists that went up to solidify that is fucking nuts. Everybody loves that.
I love it.
And if you get an invoice, I'm sending it to your DM because we don't need you to pay for your coffin. You can send your bill to whoever, but
I got pay for your own funeral on this one.
I got mad that it took me forever to understand where he was going. I was like, wait, what? There it is. Okay.
So with that being said, I think a part of it is, for me personally, I'll be taking more of the shit that's on my timeline and putting it in the group. A lot of people have reached out to me about shit like photography tips and shit like that. So I know that one of the things when I first came into sneakers is that a lot of people were like, it's kind of daunting, you know what I'm saying, when you see all these motherfuckers. It's not that you don't have shoes, but like these motherfuckers take these crazy ass photos and everybody think you need something to do that. But all you need is a fucking phone in your pocket. So even shit like that, man, I'm willing to help out and shit for the community and shit like that. Get your shit right, man. Get your shit popping like you want it to look. But yeah, man, that's for me, man. Anything niggas need out of that shit, just get what you need out of it, man. So I'm trying to get your content in there, man. That's the shit that keep it going. Like we want to see that shit on time. That's what I want to see.
Self-promotion
every day.
Yep. That's one thing. Self-promotion would 100% be allowed in this community. I want to see what you guys are doing. I want to see what you guys are creating. And I want you guys to feel like you have a safe space to be able to have your voices heard and amplified. Listen, this is a relationships business. And whoever you want to be out here, if there's any way that we can help you get there, or get you a connect to somebody that can get you to where you want to be, you should have that, right? This isn't a dictatorship. It's not us and y'all, right? It's all of us, right? And that's what this space is about. That's what Sample Size is about, and that's what a community would be about. It's for all of us. I really could give a shit, like, whose name is on the paperwork, honestly. So, yeah, so there's that. Legend.
You mentioned self-promoting is okay. I do want to preface that, and maybe I should run this by you before I say it. There's a difference between self-promotion and spamming. I want to make that clear. If you have a channel or you have a clothing line or you tie-dye socks, that's cool. But I should not see it 100 times a day because that's excessive and nobody wants to see it. But we're not saying, oh, don't post your latest video. Post that shit. But just
keep it within moderation. Yeah. No, I totally agree. I totally
agree.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, Nita.
Can we just not tag a million people on their posts too? That have nothing. If you want to post yourself, post it. People will see it in the community. You don't have to individually tag everybody.
Listen, so I told y'all people get blocked. I'm blocking people for that, just so you know. I'm not even explaining myself no more. When I see people do that, retweet, please, I got this sneaker for sale, and they tag 1,000, they tag me, I just block them. Yeah.
Right, because that's the whole point of the community. The community will see it, so if they want to retweet it, they can retweet it.
They can.
You can't just bully people into wanting to support you. It's not going to work.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, we would say excessive self-promotion would not be allowed, right? But self-promotion would definitely be allowed, for sure.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm listening to this versus situation. So did we say we were buying, selling, trading, and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, we're gonna allow just so everybody knows. Just so everybody knows, as long as you put in the rules that you are responsible for the ramifications of your transaction, there is no legal liability that the community holds for a deal to go bad. Just so you know, right? So I know that that tends to be a concern. A lot of people have come to me and DM me yo, my tweet got taken down. I was looking for a shoe. I was trying to help somebody get a shoe. I wanted to buy a shoe, but I was told that there could be some legal issues with Twitter and blah, blah, blah. I've spoken with Twitter personally, multiple people from Twitter personally, and Twitter has said, and I quote, "We don't care as long as you document to cover yourself, because they're not going to come to Twitter. If somebody gets scammed, they're not going to go to Twitter, right? They're going to come to one of us. They're going to come to private moderators or whoever is in charge of sample size and be like, yo, sample size community, y'all owe me. But if we put it in the rules, all we have to put in the rules is a disclaimer that says buyer beware, right? Be careful, right, with any transactions on here and the way that they're conducted. Try to have traceable means of money, do PayPal invoices, stuff like that.
I was about to say, just use PayPal. Be smart and just use PayPal.
Yeah, use PayPal. Yeah, if you do that, you're good. But yes, I would 100% allow buy, sell, and trade within the community. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I mean, a lot of people want to help people out all the time. I don't see why it's such a sticking point to not allow people to do that. So yes, we would allow that. But buyer beware. David, what's up?
So, all right. Question on soul food and this new thing. Did soul food get too big that there was too many people that caused it that it had to be stuffy? And should the newer community be more intimate, or should it be more wide open? Because when you add more people, you get more people whose can get butthurt over, I'm sorry to use that, but they can get butthurt over a tweet, and it can blow up, and then it just becomes an issue. And so I don't want the new community to become soul food, because to be honest, I'm part of soul food, but I rarely go there because I don't see any value in soul food. So I'm excited for this new community, but I don't want it to be one of those things where it gets so big. Soul food's 1,600 people,
right?
That it's if you post something, it could offend one person or a multitude of people, and you're just trying to have fun. So it's one of the questions of does it get too big? Is it invite? Those are sort of the things that I'm more interested in, because I'm excited for a new sneaker community, especially with people that are part of sample size, because we cut it up, we laugh, we have fun, and I come here on Tuesday nights and I try and get here on Fridays as much as I can.
Saturday.
Like the Saturday. Sorry, kickback.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
I try and do both of those, but like Tuesday nights is always sample size for me because I just enjoy it so much, and that's what I'm hoping to get from the community.
Thank you for that. So, Jordan, I know Jordan had a response, so I'll let Jordan go first.
If you invite someone and you bring somebody that's negative into the community, you did that. And that's not a shot at you, David. That's just whoever invites whoever. If you're going to invite people to this, just make sure it's the right type of person, somebody that has a good sense of humor and is not going to get, like you said, butthurt about stuff. But on the other note, you can't speak on Soul Food because we're not a part of Soul Food. That is a question for Soul Food.
Oh, I wasn't saying that because I don't even really go to Soul Food anymore. Like, I went in there and I go there every so often, but normally I'm just on my timeline and looking at my Instagram timeline and trying to find more news than anything else to see what's coming out so I can figure out what my lack of budget's going to be for the month.
Understood.
No, I get it. And so let me shine a light on that. So no, Soul Food didn't get too big. For Twitter to get like concerned about issues. What happened in Soul Food was it reflects exactly what you just said. The general consensus for a lot of people when it came to Soul Food was that Soul Food was starting to grow a bit stale. And that is, let me make this very, very clear in case there's anybody in here, because I know how these spaces tend to go. And before I get blocked by anybody else on social media, let me make something very, very clear. All right? This is not a shot at anybody in Soul Food, running Soul Food, a part of Soul Food, any of that. Right? I am literally saying and can provide screenshots, minus the people who sent it, of the people who have come to me, and they said there is nothing happening in Soul Food. It's stale. Nobody's talking. Nobody's really doing anything. Nobody's really engaging in there. And there's 1,600 people in there. And people are like, what do we do in here? But now there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I think that it's because a lot of people don't really know what it is or what the point of it is. They're like, do we just show our shoes in here? Like, do we just show what our latest pickup was? And part of that has to do with the rules. So I feel like maybe giving some leniency on the rules will allow a lot more interaction. Again, buy-sell trade is a prime example of that, right? Because people felt like, okay, if this is a community of sneakerheads, I should be able to interact with them in ways that I normally can react with people on the regular timeline. What is this community giving that I'm not getting on the regular timeline right now? You know what I mean? So part of that has to do with being able to engage very similarly to the way that you can engage on the regular timeline anyway, because you don't want to go into a community that feels so restrictive that you're like, screw this, I'm just going to go back to the regular timeline that's a lot more freeing anyway, right? So that's a very long-winded way of saying, no, it didn't get too big. Actually, it was kind of the opposite effect. It got so big that people were wondering, why is nobody engaging in here? Because there's so many people in here. So y'all doing a good job of recruiting people and getting people in there, but then once they're in, they don't know what to do. There's no direction. Or the things that people are trying to do, they're being flagged and removed and constricted. So it's frustrating people, right? So we don't want that here. Now, you also raised an extremely good question that I want to raise in here tonight as well. Do we make the community invite only? Or do we allow people to join with the click of a button?
Nope, invite only. I'm going to gatekeep the fuck out of this. Invite only.
I'd say kind of run it through like a beta test. I'm sorry.
Hold on, Gino. What do you mean a beta test? Like,
listen, if you would let me talk, you might understand.
Well, we thought you were done. You took 10 seconds.
Shut up when you're not making exactly the same.
Oh my goodness.
Don't turn this on me.
You can't have a pause in the conversation.
Why don't y'all understand? I talk slow because I'm tired. Damn, just give me a second.
Y'all understand, Dino. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know I talk slow. For real, bro. Like, I love you, but you gonna stop disrespecting me, damn it. Leave me alone.
Go ahead, Dino.
Man, stand on something, man. Ain't nobody scared of you, Jordan.
Here we go. Here we go. It always ends up in violence.
This is how we end up at 3 hours every time. Shit like this.
Anyway, like I was saying, kind of do the invite only. We'll see how that go. I don't know if you can I don't know. I just thought like maybe we had a little more access, but then that was me thinking too deep.
Okay, wait a minute. You made us wait around for you to finish your statement to say I don't know.
He told me to shut up. He told me to
For you to say I don't know. You know what? Okay, Kari.
What is happening? You really just like telling me to shut up because you really said a whole lot of nothing just
You
now
said-
after telling me
No.
to shut up.
So let me clarify. I think what Dino was saying, and Dino, correct me if I'm wrong. I think what he was saying was that why don't you try it one way first? Why don't you try opening it up to people? And if it's trash or the wrong element is coming in there, then you close it up and then you make it invite only. Dino, is that what you're saying?
That is what I was trying to say, but I was saying, I didn't understand. I didn't know if we had that much power over it, like I said. But again, I don't know. But yes, that was more so what I was getting at.
No, I mean, y'all got
I'm with you, Dino. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, y'all got voice in here. So I've heard no. I've heard beta test. Does anybody else want to weigh in on that? Should we make it invite only or should we allow it? Now listen, for people that listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all do realize that as anybody that would be a potential moderator, that means that you have to literally, individually send a link in a DM to every single person that wants to be in this group. Y'all do know that, right?
Let's do
let
it.
the floodgates open. Let the floodgates open.
Let's do it. I'm sorry, Kari. No, that was kind of what I was like confused about. Like, how would the invite go? Like,
I need people to understand this.
Once you in the group, can you send it out, or like, is it just you got to send it out? Like, how would that go? So, because I feel like that would be a big determining factor.
If you want to join the community, this is how it goes for Soul Food. If you want to join the community, right? You send me you like, hey, I want to join the community, or you send me a DM, I want to join the community. I have a link that I can send to you. We have like as a moderator, we have controls. We can look up any username on Twitter. So we have it within our controls. We look up your username. We find your username. It sends you, the link or whatever. So we have to do that one by one. I'm trying to tell y'all this because, like, y'all don't understand how many hours I sat and sent invites out into Soul Food. Literally hours and hours and hours, sending hundreds of invites one at a time to people for Soul Food. That's a time-consuming thing to do. So y'all got to know what you're signing up for, because it's very easy to be like, nah, man, fuck that. Invite only for everybody. Okay. Are y'all also signing up to spend hours and hours and hours sending invites one by one?
All right, Kari, first of all, let's do this. Never say hours after Valentine's Day and all that. I heard that song 85 million fucking songs. Let's just do a whole time.
Song be hitting though.
No, not anymore.
It's a straight vibe, bro.
But I think, well, it kind of depends on the amount of moderators. But like I said, if people are DMing, it's a copy and paste. And I know it takes hours when we started, but I mean, shit. Invite only means that it's going to be a bunch of people trying to feel it out. And I feel like, yeah, we'll get numbers. Matter of fact, we'll have a one-on-one, because I feel like this can go a little bit longer. And we're already at 2.5. So we'll talk. I'll give you my input.
Okay. Can I say that I think? Can I say what I think? But I think the way that it needs to be approached from everyone. If you're worried about it getting stale, if you're worried about it not being what you're expecting, everybody, and I don't remember which one of y'all said it, everybody be yourself. Post what you want to post. Engage with one another the same way that you do here. It's, if you want to showcase, like, yo, I took this dope pic today, I really liked it, I just wanted to share it. If you, look, I posted this picture, I took this picture, and I think it's trash, but I want help. Somebody help me. Like,
that's fine. People are going to be there to support you through whatever. If you're just not having a good day, you just want somebody to talk to, whatever. It's different ways that you can do this through sneakers. It doesn't have to be, well, let me wait on so-and-so to say whatever before I comment. Don't wait on the next person to say anything. Just post. Just have conversations. If something happens over the weekend and you want to talk about it, hey, guys, I just seen this article. Say how you feel about it. It doesn't have to be waiting for someone else to say something. If it's 30 posts about the same thing, oh well, talk to each other. That's what it's there for. It becomes stale when you're waiting around for things to happen. When you're constantly just scrolling and not talking and waiting for somebody to say, yo, I got this size 10 for sale. Like, that's when it becomes boring. You have to be the personality of the community. Without that, we don't have a community.
I agree with you, Bree. Yeah, I totally agree with what Bree said. You know, it is what you make it at the end of the day. And this is why I've been very committed to making sure that everyone understands, starting in sample size, that they have a voice and that their voice matters. Because what I've also heard is that people feel like, well, I feel like I don't really have a voice. I feel like I have to follow the leader, you know, when it comes to, you know, the other community and stuff like that. I'm just like, no, like, listen, like, you don't have to wait for me to say something. You don't have to wait for me to kick off the topic. You don't have to wait for me to do anything at all. This is for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the growth of it, the success of it, the failure of it, or the stagnancy of it has to do with the members of the community as well as the people running the community. So thank you for that, Bree. I know we got Edward. Ed, what's up, man?
So I don't know how it works from your side of controlling the community. So let me ask a question first. If you open it up and just let everybody in, can you close it down and limit it at that point?
Yes. Yes, we can.
So then why don't you do like an invite during one of the spaces here so that the people that are in this group can get in there, look it down, see how it develops, and then after that can do invite only or, you know, control it that way. Just as an option. I don't know if that would work or not.
No, that's a good note. No, look, I'm sitting here taking notes on this. So no, that's good. I like that. I'm not mad at that.
I like that at all. So you make an announcement that, hey, on Saturday during, you know, sample size, we're going to drop the link. Everybody who wants to join can join at that point. Give them 24. After that, lock it down. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's good. That's good. I'm not mad at that, Ed. See, this is why I fucks with you, Ed. Right there. I appreciate it.
Also, on that, if we're going to do this whole invite only, which is perfectly fine with me, if you have a friend that likes sneakers, but you know your friend is very sensitive to controversial topics, this ain't for them. I hate to be like that. I'm not saying it to be mean, but it's a situation where we are going to be respectful. And some people may say things and you might feel like it's unfiltered and you may take it wrong because you're not hearing them say it. You're looking at text. And things are taken out of context like that way too often. So if your friends are not open-minded, this just isn't that group. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but it's being honest, because that's when it's going to get to the point of, oh, well, we got to report this person, or I don't like this person, or what kind of group are you in? They don't understand it. It is what it is because it's authentic. If they can't get used to that, then that's not going to be good for them.
Anthony Hamilton sounds absolutely terrible in the background, Bree, just to let you know.
For you to worry about you. I don't understand, Jordan.
Wow. Oh, University, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
First of all, Bree, are you gonna hit us with the link so we can all piggyback off of your link so we don't have to pay?
All of my link for
It's on Instagram. It's free.
Oh, it's on Instagram? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So basically, Bree is saying if they would get offended in our conversations here, don't let them come into the group. That's
just being honest. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm into shoes, and I'll say this for somebody else that I know personally, but if I'm here, I enjoyed this, but I got a homeboy that don't like Kari. Why would I? He might like sneakers, but why would I invite him here to this? I have a who is like, oh, I like shoes, but I'm just not that social. Why would I invite them? They're taking up space. Why would I invite my friend who likes sneakers but has a problem with people of different sexualities? And I know whoever's going to post whatever and they're going to celebrate this or whatever. That's crazy. You can't do that and think, oh, well, everybody going to get along. Yeah. No, because the moment we start saying, well, guys, we're going to have sample size and it's June, so we're going to talk about pride, they're going to be like, what kind of group you got me in? Like, that's not what you want to add to it.
And it's not a numbers grab. Please don't think that we need you to get to 1,000 to feel vindicated. We want the right people in. I think is the goal here, is to have a community where it's, I refuse to use the word family, but something where we just all come to have a good time.
I come to put niggas in the coffin.
There it is.
God damn it, Nathaniel.
You will be put in one.
Nathaniel.
You can bring them to the space if you like. They might get put in the coffin.
Who is typing an essay?
Me, sorry, that's me. My bad, y'all.
You got, what the hell are you typing on, nigga? Like a 1920s typewriter? What the fuck is that? Hell, what you got going on over there?
John, I hate you so much.
That shit was so loud. I was waiting for the
I mean, it was kind of loud. It was clear.
It did sound like that, didn't it? So let me tell y'all. So no, I'm typing. Y'all know I got a desktop. I got my iMac. So I'm typing.
Which is why are you clicking like that?
Wow.
Ain't supposed to sound like that,
Did you see him throw that in there? You know, I got one of my iMacs. You know.
No, because like the keyboard on the iMac, I don't know if y'all know, like the Mac keyboards. You know what? Fuck it.
Did you just call us poor?
Right here. If you don't stop
me
right now.
The Mac keyboards.
He said. I mean, y'all probably don't know what Mac keyboard feels like.
I'm talking about, right?
Now you want to show us the keyboard?
Wow,
you know what? We're gonna go back to the hands.
We got G Lee and we got Capo.
Why
and then
can't I mute y'all? God.
Hey, Car. Somebody said you got a reinforced computer key. I'm out.
I saw him say it. I saw it. Anyway.
Let's get to these last two hands so we can go. Hey, see what I tell y'all? 3 hours. 3 damn hours.
I mean, I also think Money's on the stage. I think he might have something to say too, just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. G Lee, what's up?
All right, so I think if you open it and then close it, that would definitely cause animosity in the community, because it's like, well, I was able to get in, but then I wasn't invited to come back. And so that will cause like a whole dialogue, like they're showing favoritism just with that whole thing. I agree with Edward, but what I will say, I think that because everyone's still kind of figuring it out, I think we should only include the people who want to kind of help out at the beginning and then expand it, because I think it may be new for a lot of people. You know, everyone's not sure what they should do, how they should do it. So I think the kinks should kind of, you let the kinks, get the kinks out, people that you know, so they won't be judgmental, because you know always when you start something, you mess up, oh, they're gonna talk about you. So my thing is, make sure that you guys have everything in line before sending out invites. So my thing with the invites is, I understand it's very tedious, it takes all this stuff, for you to get it done, but it's not like everybody has to be invited the first night. I mean, like Soul Retriever, I think I was in line at first like 14,000. So, I mean, if you just kind of give it time and invite maybe 20 people a day or whatever, it kind of gives you a chance to kind of fill it out, see if this person is right, that person is right. I mean, you're being selective on, and you're creating them, you're protecting the environment. Because what's going to happen is, I understand what Bree said. Bree said, don't invite people that aren't social. I agree with her 100%. But now they're going to invite somebody that's not social, or somebody going to slip on in and cause problems. So I really think that it should be invite only. And I think that you guys should do it very slowly, and for it to gain, a little bit of hype. And then that's when you invite people and let them know, hey, this is space that we have, so we have to offer. Just be prepared. I prefer to be proactive instead of reactive. So that's my take.
That is a good idea, though, to send out, like Carter, we know you got 17 phones over there. Like, you should send out text messages, like, to niggas. Just be like, hey, it's your turn. Come on in. You should. I think you should. That's fire.
So, So we would have to have a waiting list for that, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, we don't know who all is going to have an interest in joining this new community. I'm tentatively calling it the sample size community. I'm not saying that's actually what it's going to be called, but I'm saying for these purposes, like, the thing about Soul Retriever is that they have a waiting list, right? So they can literally go in there and they can, pick and choose people, whereas that really doesn't exist for Twitter. People have to DM you or they have to tweet you and say, hey, I want to join. And then somehow we would have to keep up with all of that, and then reference that in order to let people in. So it could be difficult doing it that way. But okay. I do get Julie's point. Oh, go ahead, Julie. I'm sorry.
So let me put a caveat out there for you. What about if you guys basically say, as a disclaimer that, hey, if we don't get back to you within a week or two, just make sure you send us another request. I mean, if they don't get in, they really want to get in, they can just keep sending the request.
I'm gonna call Kari and Uncle Tom, yo.
People get mad. I'm gonna tell you, people get mad. Let me listen. I'm telling you this from when I did this with Soul Food. People get mad. Like when they send you a request, by the time you get that second one, I've been sending you requests. Then I'll say, hey, y'all pranking my mom, and I got a response like, yo, man, I sent you a request for the community. It's like, all right, I didn't want to talk about that here, but okay, like.
And you don't ever get into the community because you're being disrespectful and disrespecting copyright. So we're gonna go ahead and give you your copyright. Thank you, Bree.
Right. Yeah, but people tend to get antsy when it comes to that. But I do, and again, like nothing's concrete, right? Like we're literally here brainstorming, right? So this is good. This is really good dialogue, and I think that like I see Edward's point, Julie. I see your point as well. I really do. We're trying to figure out the best way to do this. That doesn't take so much time out of everybody's day. That's going to be a part of trying to bring people in, but makes it fun for people as well.
The angry person, but I also want to add that if your homie don't do nothing but resell shoes and he don't have no personality, don't invite your homie to our space because, quite frankly, we could just visit his eBay page. We good on that. Just hold that one time, just leave it there.
Yo, that terrible ass Anthony Hamilton music got you mad over there, huh? That's crazy.
See, crazy. The music is currently singing. Like, that's crazy. You see how crazy.
Wow, I didn't contradict. Wow. That nigga's out. You're angry with Anthony Hamilton. That's all I'm saying.
We're talking about the community part.
My goodness gracious. So while y'all are talking about music and Anthony, I will also say real quick that I did get a couple of DMs already that was like, do a Google form and let that serve as a waiting list.
That's good.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, we could do that. I love background checking people.
AG, mute your phone, please. All right, cool.
Yeah, AG, yeah. You might be some more hot, sis.
I was like, what just happened?
I was trying to talk over that because I heard that. And I was like, hey, yo, okay, he's not rotary. You all right over there? Yeah.
Ooh, what happened?
18, this is the second time that I done caught you. I done brought you up and you done had a hot fight. Like.
Okay, first of all, this was not my fault. That was somebody was calling me. And then it disconnected the whole space. And I was like, yo, I don't even know how the mic turned on, to be honest.
Got you. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Capo. I know he's been waiting, and then we're gonna run it back to Money if Money wants to speak. And then we'll run it over to AG. Capo is good.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Nothing. I completely forgot my hand was up. But I was gonna agree with Ed. I 100% agree with the fact of I think we should just do like a 2-day open for everybody. You know what I mean? Get people in the community and just kind of like stop it altogether for like a week, and then just kind of clean everything up. And then after that, just do like invites only. That'll make it easier on the moderators as well because you won't have to clean up at the very beginning too much. And then afterwards, it's more of like whoever is joining, you gotta watch out for because everybody else has been in the community for a while.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. Okay. We taking notes on that. Appreciate that, Capo. I like it. Money. did you have something that you wanted to contribute, brother?
What's going on, everybody? Geely and Capo pretty much hit it on the money without good. So I'm all good.
Okay, all good, brother. We appreciate you, for real. Appreciate you pulling up on us. AG, what's that?
Hi. Okay, so I just had a question on how, from the moderator side, our space is done, because I'm kind of comparing this to ATF and how they let people in or take people out and stuff like that. And, you know, their waiting list is months and years and days long. So, like, on your side, let's say, okay, Saturday we have a space. We're going to open it up during the time of our space. So if you want to join, you join, and then you close it. The people that already joined are in there, even if you close it, right? And then is there like an option to like kind of filter out who you even let request to join? Like, you know how Facebook groups have, you can like set up questions before people can request to join, or even the users of the group can invite people, and then, you know, they kind of get bumped to the top of the list. Like, does that help you out as a moderator at all, or are those options through Twitter Spaces?
So not for vetting. Those are good questions. So not as far as vetting goes. Like with ATATF being a Facebook group, you know, it's different because it's similar in that they have a waiting list of people that are already there. They just click they want to join. With Twitter, it really is one or the other. Either it's a flood and you let everybody in, or you got to invite people in.
For a surprise and great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call and click to get a quote today.
Brings back so many good memories. You remember our very first camping trip? Remember our road trip in '97? Those were good times. They were golden.
Oh wait, there's this line. You go in the front. Alright, I'm going for it. I love it at this time. You know, no one here. Crazy.
I love my brother Darren so much. We've always been extremely close. And even though he's my little brother, he acts like my big brother and has always been super protective of me.
I just want to say how proud I am of you for the documentary, for you being able to share something so personal, something that I didn't even know about.
You didn't know?
I mean, you never really talked to me about it.
When I was 16, we moved to New York, and I started sneaking out at night, ditching school, and my parents got really scared. So they sent me to a boarding school. I didn't realize it was a torture camp.
Nate, you could do Legends, John. I just want to say, whoa, Ghost of niggas past. You all right? That was Jesus. Oh my God, damn! And he muted y'all. That's crazy.
Tell my parents because these places manipulate the parents.
Can I say what I gotta say, please? All right, I just want to say I love all y'all, but Anthony Hamilton sucks. All right, go ahead.
First daughter and moving to New York, being in LA, having such a strict life, it was very very sheltered, not able to go anywhere. And then moving to New York all of a sudden, living with the Waldorf, being able to sneak out and get into every single nightclub in New York and be living her life as like a 21-year-old at 16. She was just scared. I would be terrified too. Like, I think about it now. I'm like, I understand why they were scared. I have the daughter who's 16 and she was sneaking out and going to all these places. But I wouldn't want her around that crowd or any of that. So even though I was mad that she was so strict, I feel like I'm going to be strict as long as well. I will no longer be silent, and I'm going to use my voice and use my platform and make a change and be the hero that I needed when I was there. So crazy, I can't really, I even went through that. Like, how is that real life? Like, that's why I spoke up. If I didn't say anything, like, I don't know who would. Imagine if I just held that in the rest of my life and never said anything. Probably would have been alone.
Did you just call her Mace? That's who I think of when you say Harlem World. Be like, all right, I'm done. Exactly, man. Rollies in the sky, waving side to side. I'm not a Cameron fan, so we can keep that moving. Computers putin', bootin'. Nah, nigga, that ain't flying over here. That ain't flying. The best song he ever put. Never mind. We're not gonna say this on a hot mic. I'm not gonna say this. Go ahead. We'll talk. But in fact, I'd rather Jim Jones than Cameron. I'ma say it. Damn it.
Every time I bring Kobe up, my mom changes the subject.
Just putting it out there. Jim is putting out some hot ass music. I'm too poor to be shopping at Gucci, so I don't know that nigga's plate. I don't know his plate. Nobody gives me water in stores, so I don't understand why he was mad. I don't get it. But hey. I low key got my second win. I was about to be out.
Saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing or not saying or doing it exactly right. Like, talking serious. It doesn't really matter.
She mad because Anthony Hamilton's some ass, but go ahead.
Nervous. I don't know. Something I need to work on for sure. I just want to be able to speak freely. I'm not a dumb person. Like, I know exactly what's going on. I can articulate myself. I'm thinking so many things. I'm just sick of it. I just want just to say it what I want to feel, what I feel, and not be so closed off